Yo.
Back.
Yo. Hello, hi.
Hi.
Just waiting for that. There you go, waiting for Fredo and those gang members to calm their noise.
Oh, silence when you speak, King.
No, don't do that. Because
Okay.
I'll have to do it outside because don't do that on the back of the gang members. Me telling gang members to be quiet. And just, But yeah, silence when I speak from time to time.
I hear
the floor is mine, no?
Yeah, take it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you letting me have the floor for once. Nice to see you, Chris.
Hi, follow.
You was the first one here. Let the record show. Super duper early. On time. We love a punctual queen. Who doesn't play about her pod schedule. Ready. Energetic.
So energetic.
Vibrant.
So vibrant.
Like, give me some fucking energy, bro. You're crazy. Hey,
I'm
monotone
energetic.
Chris.
I'm vibrant. I'm here.
Young Riz.
Big Riz.
Okay, big Riz.
Big
Yeah,
Riz.
thank you. Thank you. And
It went from big Riz to young, and in the space of a week.
Don't reduce me,
Rizzler.
please. Don't reduce my Riz.
Don't reduce your Listen, that's nothing I would ever do.
Okay. Incapable anyway, but
Fair,
you're gonna.
You're not using your Riz on me.
Please.
No? Let's act like Vans ain't here. Let's pod as if Vans ain't here.
You need to intro it first.
They know who we are at this point.
Follow. Don't do this.
Shouts out to everyone worldwide. Hashtag Offthecuffpod.
Come on.
If you're listening for the first week, my name is Fols Forever.
And I'm Mr. Vans.
And that young lady's voice you were hearing before this wonderful introduction is Chrissy.
It's me.
Chrissy
Chrissy
Hive.
Hive.
Hi.
A.K.A. Big Riz. A.K.A. Young Blondie. The Blonde Bombshell.
Yeah.
The Rizzler.
That's enough. Thank you.
No. I'm going. I'm
No,
flowing.
I've had it.
You said the
It's
floor
okay.
is
No,
mine.
it's fine. I'll take
How
it
can you
back.
take the floor away from
And
me?
then I'm taking it.
You want the floor back?
Yeah.
Okay, you can have the floor. There you go.
Fair.
And hello to Vans also, who's
Hi.
in the building.
He's here, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Durag Don Dada.
Mm.
You can read off his AKs. They know, man. The Velour Pappy. El Velvet. Look how he's grinning.
He loves it.
You know what he acts up? He acts like he's never heard them before, yeah?
Yeah, like
But
not too
it's
much
just
of
like,
me, not
it's
too much
ginger
of
in
me.
his spirit.
It's
like,
funny,
He
though.
loves
It's funny. It's funny. It's funny.
It is. It's a sick AKA, bro. The Congolese Casanova one is crazy.
That's you lot. Like,
You lot, look at my mind. It
You have to let
it
narratives
was
run
created when
sometime,
you
man.
were around, nah?
no,
Trying to think, when we do.
I'm sure it was.
no, it wasn't me.
Okay.
It was your boy.
I don't think she was there for that episode. Sosa was still helping us record, I think, yeah. I think Sosa's behind the cam. Yeah, she wasn't there.
It would have been you. That's something that you would say.
I mean,
It was
Yeah.
Foles that said it, but like I'm sure you were like in the studio.
You're determined
Rico.
to hit it with a joint enterprise.
Yeah.
innit?
Just say that then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone in that studio at the time, they caught the Rico. Can't just be Foles.
Are you
Gary.
trying to have us all under Casanova charges, bro? The spotlight's on you. Me and Chris are not Congolese, bro. You're the only Congolese in the building.
You alone.
Only you.
I got hit with a double whammy. Congolese Casanova, and I love that for you, man.
Yeah, that was funny still.
Yeah, man. Accept it, embrace it, man. What does it feel like to just be the Congolese Casanova? Yeah, what are the perks
I thought you can say
of the
tall.
job?
There ain't no perks. It's just a name.
Okay.
I don't live by it, so.
Tough crowd.
Yeah.
Get out of there,
Do you-
man.
What's that, Chrissy? Is that cat I smell?
Get the hell out of here. At least be believable. Try.
Yeah.
Try to be
hard.
believable.
Try
yeah.
to be believable.
Yeah.
Live in it, yeah.
But
And like I've
living
been
it-
here before.
Living your
Yeah.
truth, bro.
Fair.
Come on, man.
Right.
Also, this was bestowed upon you.
Yeah, I didn't walk around like started calling myself that.
That would have been what the women.
That
call
would have been
an
crazy,
ick.
yeah.
That's cringe.
Gary.
Yeah.
Like, it was bestowed upon you, innit? I'd like to say,
knighted.
Yeah, you was knighted, man. I'd
How
like
did
to
you
say,
get that name?
Oh, go on, Chrissy. I thought it was off this, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, for real.
No,
No,
They're not
we're
worth
here.
it.
No, we're here. How did you
We've
get
left
that
it.
name?
That's a man that's in the hot seat.
We've left it.
Okay.
You can tell the
Thanks.
man's in the hot seat. But I just wanted to say that this is the wickedest combination out there on the interwebs.
Fair.
I just had to get that off, man. No, do you not agree?
Yeah.
Is that not a good place to start?
Yeah. he just.
It's a joke segue.
Yeah. So for context, Drake, Central Cee, they released a freestyle on, is it On The Radar?
Yeah.
On The Radar was a YouTube platform. They do interviews as well. I've come to know them off the back of them, did some content with UK artists. So I think I've seen Digga D on there, Giggs has been on there. Cheers to you guys. I got water. I'll cheers my water. I think AJ Tracy.
Okay.
So like they're like a new channel, new freestyle platform, up and coming, whatever. I don't know how they managed to get Drake and Central. Big look for them.
Yeah.
It's done millions and millions of views
move,
in a few days. And we got a collab from Central Cee and Drake on a freestyle. And Drake hit us with the... he's from Toronto. Okay. So you do have to say, because they have that influence over there when it comes to the... Where people say they sound similar to sometimes to us in the UK, innit? Like the London slang, they do have their own, because there's a lot of Caribbean people over there, innit?
Yeah.
So you can get with a combination.
Is that the title?
It's too early to decide, but you can get away with it. Or can he? Can Drake not get away with that?
I think at this point, people are used to his antics.
Yeah.
So, I mean, well, I certainly am. So it was just one of those ones where, like, I ignore it for the most part.
Yeah.
But because it became a meme, that's when I realized that he actually said that.
Oh, so he didn't register in the moment.
In the moment, I just didn't take no notice, because for me, I'm just like, just rap, bro. You know, like, do you know what I mean? You don't have to do all of that. But
yeah,
it's all part of like his many personas.
People are like, Chrissy is rolling her eyes right now for the people listening. But are you not allowed alter egos? We love artists like, let's be honest, you got Sasha Fierce. You're allowed to play with the personality thing, play with your voice a little bit, no?
Yeah.
Okay, tough crowd.
I just feel Drake is the pick-me. I've spoken about this before.
Okay.
Like, I just feel like he just wants to be...
Point,
like...
evidence, explanation. Go ahead.
I say that because every culture he's around, he just wants to be in it so much. And it's not like I'm just getting to know it. Like, he just wants to be seen by everyone doing everything. I don't like it.
Okay.
He's got so many... There's like Edgware Road Drake. There's been Mexican Drake. There's like... Gangster Drake sometimes.
Okay.
There's Pimp Drake. Like, make up your mind. Who are you? What do you do? But what do I know?
Is that your evidence? The evidence section?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't, you know, I didn't, at this point, I don't look at it like, I just was more like, is this good or not? That was, because when I saw the photo of them two, I was like, okay, cool. I can tell by the background it's going to be on the radar. The freestyle drops. He goes first, which you do as the big artist. You got to soak up the energy in the room. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, because we've heard him with Heady One. And some people were like, he wasn't on beat. Some artists, like reputable artists that we rock with, say like, no, he was on beat and he was sitting in different pockets. So who am I to argue with people that do this professionally, innit? But there was mixed reviews. We also got the Charlie Sloth one, which I think was one of the worst attempts. But at this point, the one with Central, bro, I got to say, you got to give man credit. I think he was flowing.
I didn't listen to it, to be fair.
Okay, cool. So you got to put an asterisk on your opinion. You can't talk about the freestyle if you didn't hear it. But I think he went in on there.
Yeah, I think he did well on this one. That kind of Drake isn't my favorite Drake anyway.
Of course, yeah.
So for me, it was just one of those ones where I was like, being a rapper not from here, it's difficult to kind of like, if you're not used to rapping to a certain tempo and being able to like just sit comfortably in any arena,
yeah,
then you've got to applaud that. Like, say what you want about Drake, but the guy is just good at a lot of the stuff that he tries. And I think that just dwells in from his interests. Like, these things, it's not a coincidence that, like, he's successful in, like, a lot of the sounds that he touches that he's not essentially originally known for.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's something that interests him, and he knows that he can make it work by doing certain things, even if it's like getting help from someone else and things of that nature. But yeah, like, the freestyle was cold, man, and I'm impressed with Central.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. I wasn't the person. He's not the person I'm going to. Oh my god, crazy bars, lyrics, and
yeah, I wasn't screaming about him at first. Do you know what I'm saying? I was just like. But he's done a lot in the space of a year. Yeah,
that is a very quick, what feels like a very quick rise. Obviously, I know he's been out here for a lot longer prior when people weren't necessarily paying attention to him, and you can see old freestyles on the block, you know, slightly different appearances and stuff. But like this hot period he's had, has felt very quick, and the fact that you're at this point now where it's surprising, but also not surprising because of how Drake has moved over the last like maybe 5-10 years.
Yeah.
That like he'll be around the new hot artists because you see him like, you know, cuddled up with Sexy Red. Like Drake will be around, to maybe some of Chrissy's points, Drake will be around the new young hot artist, innit? So seeing him inside Central was cold. So I'm like, okay, cool. If you've done the freestyle, there has to be a song coming. For me, when I see that, surely there's a song coming. Anyone
in Drake's position, yeah, does that to kind of maintain their longevity in this game.
Yeah, if you're around anything that's young and fresh, you appear young and fresh.
It's
always. Who's that? No.
It's all a part of the rap Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
Like, Jay did it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, in order to maintain, like, longevity, you got to sort of, like, stand next to or feature in some way next to that person, like, embracing it. I'm seeing Cardi doing it with the women.
Okay, so let's stop you there. So do you look at it as embracing, or to maybe some of, not to, I don't want to bastardize your point, Chrissy, to some of Chrissy's point and other people's point of like the culture vulture thing? Could you use Jay-Z as a reference? Mm-hmm. And like, I feel like online and probably in this room, you probably applauded Cardi B for it because like you don't come across the hate, you're embracing the young girls. Do you look at, how do you look on the other end of like a callous approach, maybe culture vulture, stealing other people's shine, that kind of lens?
I mean, I think in those situations, like, it benefits both parties.
Okay.
So then, like, you know, like, if it's giving shine to an artist that they're probably a fan of you anyway, and then you go on a song, you do what it does for the song, and then you keep it moving, I don't see much of an issue with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's if it's felt like this is a business transaction, it kind of tells, like, in the output. Whereas, like, a lot of these collaborations nowadays are seemingly genuine. I don't know for a fact that they are, like, especially with what Cardi's doing, it seems mad genuine. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, or,
but she's got likability on her side as well.
She's got likability on her side, and she might just want to no longer push the narrative that the women can't get along in the rap game.
Yeah. That's fair as well. But the longer we don't have a Cardi B album, I don't know how like much grace that gets given, because it's like, if we're just getting single, and like your biggest moments song wise over the last year or 2 years are features with the new girls. At some point, we fell in love with Cardi B. We want to hear Cardi B. We liked the one with Glorilla. I like the one with Latto. Mm-hmm. I know what's the new girl one. I can't remember. I've forgotten her name. That she's done a new one recently.
Yeah. I see the video to that the other day.
And there's only so many times you can do that with a LeBron move. Like, you know, I've seen this move before.
It's true. Like, and a lot of artists that were on their run in the past, it's all about like your productivity. Like, that's where people really test your artistry at. Like, I think Drake was talking about it the other day on stage. In his tour, he was like, I've got new music coming, so obviously a new album. He was sending shots at the artists that drop every like 4 years. What the hell is that? And I'm with him.
But then we can get overkilled. I
don't
can get
overkill,
overdrake the conversation, but like, don't cap. You got a massive deal, and you are a streaming darling. It very much behooves you. It's very much part of the deal. You're going to get consistent, regular music from this person. They gave you allegedly like almost $500 million. Like, we don't know the true figure, but they gave you a lot of money, and you're someone that can probably amend and reconfigure your deals so that it's more favorable. You haven't got the average artist deal. What did we have last from him was
because he's not the average artist.
Of course, the one with 21 Savage.
Her loss.
And then the disco one before that.
If I check the streaming, I'm sure in the last like 18 months, maybe 2 years, we've had like 3 projects from him. That is a lot of music. So yes, some artists, my favorite artists, I don't wait 4 years, but there is a beauty sometimes in letting some things breathe, because what then happens is we get overkill. But obviously the way we consume music is changing. It is a different generation. I do get that as well. You want to hear from your artists that you love more often, but what I do feel like is when sometimes there can be a line. I feel like he might be in jeopardy of crossing that.
To what you said earlier about like the Cardi B looking like a pygmy, for me, not that you said that, but like
I just because
no.
sounds like a cufflink explanation.
No. The reason I think it's different is because on all her features, Cardi still sounds like Cardi.
Yeah,
like
okay.
she's just going to come across exactly the same way she does in all of her music. Whereas Drake, to me, feels like once he decides, okay, like I'm going to be Puerto Rican today, he's then like so in that, and then when it's done and it's on to something else, it's on to something else.
To counter your point though, Cardi's very much staying in her space. She's just doing rap, innit? So I think when you are someone of Drake's level and you're hopping on new sounds, that's kind of the by and by of what's going to happen. If you're going to go into that space, you're going to have to step into their world, assimilate maybe, and that's where we may have to compliment people, call them the other things other than being positive, saying this is great. You know, he's embracing new sounds, where you start saying, I don't know if pick me is the right word, but if you start saying culture vulture, or, you know, he's kind of stealing shine or whatever. But if he's in that space, if he's in a song with Bad Bunny, it would be wise of you to step into Bad Bunny's world. If you're doing a song with Wizkid, it'd be wise of you to step into Wizkid's world. If you're doing a song with, when he went to Jamaica, who did he do music with? Was it, I can't remember. Was it Popcorn? Yeah. It'd be wise of you to step into his world. Like, you're in his space, you've gone there for a reason. The thing is popping, it's not just be Drake in, like, still obviously be Drake, but bro, you're over there. Embrace what's going on over there. So that'll be my counterpoint to that. But, you know, I don't want to overdrate the conversation. I do want to hear new music from him, but I think at that level, it's purely money and business. Or at least at the bare minimum, it's one of the first points. It's not this thing of, you know, we don't want to hear more music. No, you signed a massive deal. You're also touring, and you need new material as you are on tour as well. I think that's just kind of is what it is.
I don't think that he necessarily needs new material to tour at this stage in his career, just because he's got so many hits beyond that. And the reason why I'm with him in that, before the deal that he signed, he was still one of like the most active artists, whether it was his own music or a feature or writing for someone else. He was still very much in music and putting out music at a high frequency. So for me, yes, he does have the deal and he's got obligations, and like his last couple of projects have been arguably throwaways, but it's something for everyone. That's the kind of position that he's put himself in, because he's versatile. But I do hear him, because like he's always been the artist that like he's always willing to drop, whether it's like a little 2-pack, 3-pack EP, whether it's songs that he was doing in the SoundCloud days that he just put on a streaming service for everyone to stream accordingly, whether it's like a 6 p.m. in New York or a 9 a.m. in Dallas. Like, Donnie's always been doing something.
Yeah.
So he can say that to his peers. Like, what are you, man, doing? Like, drop your music. Show us what you've been working on.
Yeah. I want that. I always want to hear Kendrick and J. Cole drop music and stuff, but some people's process is different, isn't it? And also, if you sit in a more of a tighter pocket, sonically, genre-wise, you might need a bit more time to give us stuff than someone that can be inspired by so many different things. Because also, the versatility can sometimes be his Achilles heel. Because if you, anyone that's on that level knew what Beyonce was bringing, and you want to step into a similar space, it pales in comparison. Your dance thing compared to her dance thing. So yes, being versatile is good, but you don't want to end up being like jack of all trades, master of none. Yeah. And I know that might seem like a stretching when you're speaking about him, because he's so successful and we love his music so much. I definitely do. And I'm sure I love some of the new releases, but there have been some stuff where it's like, you get away with this because you are who you are. And it's just that like...
Yeah, like Scorpion and CLB, like those were the albums where I was just like...
Meh.
Honestly, never mind. Such an apt title.
But seeing the his recent interviews, and like I don't know what the lady's name is, they sat in the bed with a TikTok girl, they did a podcast with. that might even be part of like a little bit of trolling. Like, honestly, never mind. Like these, I know it sounds crazy, but these titles are by design, bro. Almost like because those jokes are too easy. They write themselves.
Yeah,
you know, it's like you know, it is what it is. And that might even also play in the game. I can almost get away with anything.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like didn't like that album, especially when it came out. But I've also seen a lot of people say that they fuck with the album,
and that's the beauty of life, bro.
To each his own.
See it,
do you know what I mean? Like, you know, there's the production on there, like, was not bad at all.
No. You're not Drake, bro.
Yeah,
You're not.
You know,
Drake.
it was just no. Only a few songs that I can pick from that album that like are worthy of a re-listen.
I feel you. Music, man. This is the beauty of Drake, boy. You go on a Drake tangent, boy, and before you know it, you'll be having a chat for like 20 minutes, and you know.
I mean, he's in terms of music news, he's been in and around the circuit for the past couple of weeks. Obviously, he's touring at the moment. Obviously, the album For My Dogs is coming out. He's got the book that he just dropped, the poetry thing, or the caption book, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So
sell people blank pages, they'll buy it, man.
Hey, man.
Beauty of Drake.
A caption book.
Do you know what? He's actually like the caption king on social media. There's so many babes that would caption Drake and post their picture on their feed.
Yeah, when he drops new music, he gives stuff for us to use.
Caption.
Yeah, of course. So is it like a collection of? Do you know what?
Chrissy's waiting for you to report accurate news, bro.
No. I was just intrigued.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact content is, but I've heard it to be in between some sort of poetry and captions.
Okay.
Sound like a good intersection for Drake.
Like, oh my God.
Are you over it?
Shout out Aubrey.
Don't do that.
I'll be going to the tour when it comes.
For sure. What did you guys think of the, I don't know if you've seen an Elliot Wilson thing whilst we're on Drake. He said he's been like at the front of like music news. So Elliot Wilson, Rap Radar, iconic for like, in terms of like hip hop journalism.
Yeah.
He was upset with Drake and other artists, but namely Drake because he had that interview with the TikTok girl I'm referring to where he sat in the bed doing a podcast.
Right.
So he was upset that he felt like certain people feel like they're above the culture and they're going to other places and not coming to the guys in the culture, whether that's Elliot directly, of course he's referring to himself, but he said also other people. How do you feel about Drake specifically, or artists on that level, like not coming to sit down with the blacks or the urbans?
Do you know what? Yeah, like I understand the gripe because it's like, especially with like Drake over the past, let's say 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
He's not necessarily going to come and do an interview anymore. Like he just doesn't want to do them. And I know that someone like Elliot Wilson, who is like a journalist.
Chris is looking at you like, brother, can you act like you've got a journalism degree and use correct grammar?
He is a journalism. Okay.
I'll take that. I made a mistake. He's a journalist.
He is a journalism. Okay, that might be the title. Hey, Chrissy, Bluetooth. I write that down.
Fair enough.
Sorry, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I was saying that he's a journalist and he's been doing this for a long time. Even when I used to read like The Source magazine or Double XL and he was the editor-in-chief, he's come from a certain place where like you're supposed to get a story from the biggest within that genre. And a lot of those artists are no longer doing interviews in the same way. So like when you see someone like Drake, who his last interview was probably on Rap Radar, like his last proper in-depth interview. So like I think Elliot being who he is probably an ego thing.
Of course.
It's like, how can you go to like we're the place where we're gonna ask you the right questions, the questions that people want to know. And now you've gone on this awkward white girl show on TikTok, whatever.
Maybe that's why, or let me say, I can understand, I don't agree, but I can understand why celebrities do that sometimes. And even superstars at that level, because they're not going to ask you scandalous questions about why your baby mother why there's like videos of her on the internet, or there's going to be like, oh, so like, what's your go-to scent? It's eezy for them, and the reach is the same, if not more. So it makes sense.
By then, like, it's like, I don't want to answer all of these questions anymore, you know, because he knows that, like, people want to ask about certain things because you haven't spoken for so many years, and there's been things that have happened about you in years that we all want to know.
There's
about.
A lot of content when you do that.
There's a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like, so as time goes, they're just like, nah, I don't want to come on this place and just speak about all of the stuff that I may have gone past and I don't want to revisit.
Yeah.
Especially not on air.
People just want to ease around and not wrong them for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's call it for what it is. Like, new rules. When you're at a certain level, you can do what you want to a degree, and stuff like interviews like that, you can get away with it because he's. I think he's pointing about being above the culture. You don't want to say it out loud, but he's essentially a pop star. That's what he is.
Yeah.
And give the man his just dues. He is, in terms of, like you said, like the regularity of drops in terms of music, the touring. If you go and probably check like the stats in regards to who's putting bums on seats, he's going to be up there with some of the biggest acts in the world. When you're doing that, you are kind of above the culture, and there's like a gap between me. I can put some degrees of separation. When I was first on a come up and I might needed an interview for exposure or to be on a freestyle platform, now I am where I am. For you to get to me, you might have to talk to like 8 people. Not saying it's right, but I can just put that buffer between me and people.
And you kind of dictate, like, you know, your media perception by just not going on places to speak.
I hear it.
And it kind of nullifies, like you said, Elliot's point, because the big interview that Drake did was with Elliot, innit? So it's like, not saying we have to wait so many years in between, but how often does Beyonce do interviews? How often does Jay-Z do interviews? I could be wrong. There might be stuff out there recently. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Beyonce hasn't done an interview in like,
she's
striking deals with
genres.
Netflix.
Taylor Swift does she do interviews regularly.
I don't know about that.
Bad Bunny. I don't think I've ever heard him speak.
Doesn't he have a documentary?
It depends on like how invested you are in.
Of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like in certain people, because in other genres, you might not even know when they're on tour here. Do you know what I'm saying? Until after the fact, you see like, you know, clips of what happened that night. But prior to that, you wouldn't know like when Taylor Swift is next in town. Do you know what I mean? Let alone like
if she's doing any interviews.
If she's doing an interview. So, I mean, it is what it is at this point. Like when you get to a certain level, you just dictate your career in a way that you probably didn't when you first got here. Yeah. Like he was doing Hot 97, he went up and done Funk Flex. Do you know what I'm saying? He didn't do the Breakfast Club because he was beefing Charlemagne. But he did Angie Martinez, and you know, he was doing Westwood when he was here, and
that's years ago. So
do you know what I'm saying? This was early Drake, where he was just working the market. He wanted to be seen, blah blah blah. But like everything he touches just goes number one. So you don't have to do anything. You can go to your label and request this budget that they would happily give you, because they know that every time you drop, everyone moves out of the way.
He's earned it to like get to that point where he can choose to do something like just off on the fly. That's fun.
I'm just interested to know, like, where did this girl come from? How the hell did she get this interview? I think it's like someone said to me earlier, this might be like number 7 or 8 in terms of like
I don't know.
podcast episodes, and to have Drake that early, bro, that's kind of nuts. You know,
she's had someone else apparently that's quite big.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you though.
What do you think of the style? Because people are saying it's giving Amelia a chicken shop date.
Yeah, but also dry humor. Like that's very much my bag.
Oh, you would know.
She's not the original.
The driest. In terms of humor, bro, Vans, don't make this any worse than it already is.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Okay. I could definitely see myself doing something like that.
Yes.
That's not exclusive to Amelia or her. There's probably way more that we don't know about. There's a Babe Z-Way, I think her name is.
Okay.
Black Babe. Her style is very similar to that. It's like same text, different font.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a...
I need to write that down. Same text, different font.
He was impressed. Yeah, I mean, like this type of content is not new.
No,
And
no,
it's
of course,
not
yeah.
like exclusive to
I was just asking the
Amelia.
question because it's out there, innit?
Well, people are just like, don't you have range? Like,
You know, so funny. It's not saying like you can hold two different opinions, but it's interesting. Like her getting all the flack she's had, rightly or wrongly, and then now this happened. Oh my god, you're stealing Amelia's whole flow.
Yeah, no,
but don't you hate this girl?
we're gonna back our babe. Like
Ow.
when it comes to like,
Oh, you're on a
them
British
over
thing.
there, like don't do that. But also, she didn't steal it. Like
Yeah.
it's everyone.
Also,
just
steal
needs
it back,
to-
man.
Oh,
In the day and age we live in, no one cares who did it first. They care who did it best.
come
That's
get
my
your jewels
theory,
back
innit?
vibe.
Yeah, like, yeah, run it back, man.
fair enough.
Yeah,
Do you think I'm right or wrong here?
I agree with you.
Do you know how many times with podcasting, yeah, like we've said stuff on the pod, yeah, and obviously it comes out on a Thursday, and that's when you first will hear it, and then I might hear something on another podcast that drops in between that, and I'm like, when they hear this on ours, they're gonna think it's from there.
Oh.
Like it's just kind of is what it is. It's the buying it. Like
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But I just find that discourse like a little bit entertaining. I was like, okay, cool. I'm just always intrigued when I see certain people go certain places, like, even with the whole like the on the radar thing for the freestyle, because you are who you are. You can go absolutely anywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe that is like the new place that's going to be like the home for freestyle, because you get that every couple of years. Like when we were growing up, like Fire Booth was a massive deal, but prior to that was obviously the Westwood freestyle. Then we had the era of like F64. You had the behind bars. Then stuff gets a little too glossy. Then you've got Black Box.
Yeah.
Or
Fumes the Engineer.
Fumes the Engineer currently. Kenny also had his little period of Mad About Bars.
Yeah.
I might even be like not necessarily keep my ear to the streets. I'm sure there might be another one that's like the place to go to right now. But every couple of years we'll have a new place that like, okay, cool. Because there'll be like a breakout freestyle from that platform, and then people want to go there.
And it's good, man, because I still want to see like artists come out of like the studio and do something like that. Because nowadays, obviously,
Even
like
though
we
it's
know,
done in the studio.
yeah, even though it is, but like it's still like give us something other than just like whenever you got a track to drop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like it just keeps that element of the origins in it, like that you're still out here trying to flex, like, you know, your bars.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Come to, you know what I mean? Like, so it was just like the conversation that we had the other day about Young Steph when he was like, you know, he don't believe that anyone can outbar him. That's the kind of energy that you want to see, like, in that field. You know, get on the mic and spit, bro.
Yeah.
Simple as
facts,
that.
yeah. Even though like the new stuff is obviously a lot more produced, and I'm sure people are doing more than one take in that, but we don't care. When we get the product, it's
People
still...
were saying that they were miming on that.
Oh, really? I didn't catch that. What, on the Drake and Central Cee one?
Yeah, so obviously it being pre-recorded and then they just come into like some music video.
Maybe I'll go back and watch it. I didn't catch that, boy. Maybe they fooled me, boy. I'm one of the few million that watched it. Like, yeah.
Good job.
They did a good job with it. So, whilst we're talking music though, that's what I wanted to speak to you guys about. So we're talking about big artists. Doja Cat is a big artist, yeah. And she's going through a little tussle with her, because obviously Chrissy got a Chrissy hive. She's got a hive called, well, I think they tried to call themselves the Kittens. And this is where I saw that, like,
She's like, get a life.
Yeah, I could be late to the story, but this is where it seems like she's not necessarily responding the way that you'd want or think artists will respond when their fans are showing love.
What are you saying? She's been too real?
She's keeping
it hip hop.
Yeah.
Real hip hop.
Yeah.
I mean, she has struck me as someone that I'm having a
bro, do you
chill.
good?
I was debating to go with like strikes me or struck me as someone.
Bro, just talk how you normally talk.
Anyway,
because Chrissy's here blowing grandma, you don't have to follow her lead, bro.
That's all good, man. But yeah, like I was talking about how she seems now like a type of star that doesn't like being a star.
Like Summer Walker.
Yeah, but like she's more in the pop lane, so I think it's a lot more amplified. than a Summer would be. Because she's got like the A-list like paparazzi on her case wherever she goes. I remember when she had what was that song, Say So?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She hated.
She performed that so many different versions. Even I was tired of the song.
Yeah, she hated the fact that it blew up in the way that it did, to the point where she was like, I don't want to perform this anymore.
At the end, the performances were awful.
It can get draining though, because like, bro, like, come on, man. Like something else, like track 4, man.
But that's the one that's been packaged to the public, innit?
Of course.
So, you know, she's just like, just be normal.
So I'll read some stuff she said, yeah. So I think she just tweeted, my life, my rules, my style, my attitude. And one of her fans responds, I want to hear you say, I do love you guys, as usual, you say to your fans, isn't it? And she's like, I don't know, because I don't even know y'all.
She ain't lie.
And then the person responds, and we don't know you, but we have supported you through thick and thin. Mind you, you'd be nothing without us. You'd be working at a grocery store, making songs on fucking GarageBand, Miss High School Dropout.
Shit.
And she responds, nobody forced you, I don't care. Why you're talking to me like you're my mother, bitch. You sound like a crazy person.
She ain't lie.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Yeah.
Does she make some valid points?
She made some valid points. I do get the fact that, like, you know, people are saying that, you know, without the fans and stuff, like, you know, you wouldn't have all the things that you have. But Doja's just a person that knows that she's got that crack and people are going to buy it.
Okay.
So she's like, I'm going to speak to you, man, anyhow, because when I drop this new stuff that you lot have been waiting for, you lot are gonna, you know what I mean?
But then don't you see, like, with this interaction online with your fans, yeah? 'Cause I'm seeing, like, it seems hilarious to say, but like fan pages saying like they're closing their accounts, they're no longer going to tweet Doja Cat content, especially in the era of like your online persona helping you a lot. If you rub your fans the wrong way,
yeah, for sure.
Rightly or wrongly though, 'cause I'm not saying that like her fans deserve to like live in her skin just because she creates music for them. It might be a bit of a struggle for your next release, or
yeah, they say.
Did you drink that Martell straight?
It was barely any in it.
Okay.
Was it same font, different text, or same text, different font?
Same text, different font.
There you go.
Didn't you actually write that down? Yes.
I don't want to ask me that outside of this.
But you still answered, so what next?
Cool.
He's a journalist.
That was a big mess up. He is a. I'm not even speak. Look at face your boy. Okay, follow. Be serious, please. Let's pod.
What was killing me is that like he tries to just like go through the mistake. That's why I find it hilarious. He's like, yeah, it never happened.
Yeah.
We make the mistake and we move on. Like,
Yeah, no.
Do you know what I mean?
No, you're still standing. I respect it, innit? But he's
Who
a
do you want me
journalist.
to lay down?
Doja Cat's making valid points.
Let's do a little sense check. Is everyone good?
Are you good?
Are you good?
I'm great.
Okay, so am I. Follow, how are you?
I think this is the best I've ever been.
Okay, great. Let's go.
All I like to say is to the Chrissy hive out there, we would never treat you how Doja Cat is treating her.
Chrissy
hive.
would.
No, don't do that to Chrissy. Not too much on Chrissy, please. Chill out. Thank you. I'm on Chrissy team this week. To the RNA community,
Thanks, Fols.
like to everyone
Heart
out
me
there,
back.
cufflinks, yeah, heart you back. You know, hearts forever. We would never treat you like this.
Yeah.
We would never say fuck y'all.
No, never.
She didn't say that though.
She basically
She
did.
might like.
She said, but I don't love you lot.
I don't know you lot as well.
I don't know you.
Yeah. And that is very real. Like,
Yeah, on a serious level, it kind of helps people get into the real world a little bit.
yeah,
Like,
that's why I like
do you know what I'm saying? Because like sometimes that level of relationship that fans have with artists can be very scary.
Mm-hmm.
The other day, like I watched a clip on social media of Nicki Minaj fans pulling up on Cardi fans at their place of work and beating them up.
Or the Barbs.
The Barbs, yeah. Whoever Cardi's people are called.
What's Cardi's hive?
What's Cardi's hive?
The coordinators.
The what?
I don't know.
The carburetor.
The
Carbohydrates?
coordinator.
I don't know.
Coordination.
Combination.
Did you say coordination? Get out
Card.
there.
Coordination's cold. Yeah.
No, they're called the
Ooh. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, let the English flow, man.
the beans, maybe.
The
Beans.
beans.
Cardi beans. I don't know.
Do you know how that's borderline?
Cardi Beans?
Beans.
What?
I was playing beans.
Sorry?
Think what part of the world she's from. Beans.
Oh no, come on.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I meant. They have a name.
Okay. Do you
But
like
yeah, anyway.
the Doja Cat hive? They will call themselves kittens, and I think she was even like that's kind of like.
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, it's like
Because
it's not going to be. It's not serious.
Yeah.
Rihanna's people are called the Navy.
That's after the whole battleship thing, innit? So it was that prior to that they were calling themselves the Navy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because she was in the film, innit? Yeah. Were they
Oh,
calling themselves the Navy?
What, that film?
That's what I thought it was for.
I don't know.
Okay, listen, can you rate our top? Give me your top 3 hive names. Cool.
Beehive.
I'm giving the alley. Go on, Beehive. Yeah.
The rest of them.
Chrissy Hive?
Yep, thank you.
Chrissy, pod with me,
And
bro.
then-
Like,
Oh, my mind's
help
so blank.
me.
Okay,
Give me a vowel. Give me a consonant.
the anagrams.
Who the hell is anagram?
Ariana Grande.
Is that what they're called?
No.
Is it just, bro, stop explaining stuff
What
like
are,
that. African politician, bro.
Kendrick stands called?
I don't know, you know. Has Kendrick got a hive like that?
He must have.
Okay, so we got. Okay, cool. Let's go back to it. So
Beat
Beehive,
Boys.
Navy, the Hovengers,
The Hove
the
Avengers.
Hovengers. People like that. People that love Jay Z too much. G Unity.
Oh, is that what they're
G-Unity.
called?
I'm just making shit up.
Oh my god. Okay. okay.
I'm in my Chrissy bag. Just making stuff up.
The Rolling Stones. That's actually Kelly Rowland.
Really?
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. I
sorry.
support black women, but like iconic
throw that
group,
one in
Or
the
maybe
bin.
the Stones, or it's something like Rolling.
The Stones.
anything
for Kelly
affiliated
Rowland.
that is not shouldn't there. The Rolling Stones are not.
Mick
Kelly
Jagger
Rowland.
should
should sue.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
sue that lady.
Who? Oh, what's Taylor Swift's one called?
Swifties.
Swifties. That's the
Are
one.
they actually called the Swifties?
Yeah,
Yeah. Harry Styles must have one.
I'm sure he does. Biebers or Believers.
Believers.
Selenators.
I was a believer at one point.
Bardi Gang.
Bardi.
It's called Bardi Gang.
Okay, Bardi. For
I
like the
think.
big B's for the Bloods. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm
Dude,
sure
is
it's
that
called
Cardi
Gang. Yeah, I'm sure it's
Hive?
called Bardi
Okay.
Gang.
I don't know.
What's it, J. Cole?
else?
J. Cole got one?
Yeah.
Damn, tough crowd.
Something about a dream.
Yeah, the Dreamers.
All right, lads.
That's accurate for J. Cole. That's what it probably
It's
would
true.
be.
Yeah.
Something very simple and effective. The Dreamers, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dolan the Dream tour. I'm trying to think who else out there.
Does Sierra have one?
Let's not get crazy now.
Oh.
The only hive she has is Russell Wilson. Let's be guided, and that's a good hive to have. You need your husband to be your number one fan.
Level
You
up.
support it, like level up. You guys don't rock with her music, man. Stop that, man.
I don't.
You guys
The kids
support
like
the
it.
aesthetics of the
Kids like
relationship.
Does Wizkid have one? Or Burner?
Yeah,
Oh no, 30 BG.
30 Billion Gang. That's for
Yeah.
Davido.
There we go.
Wizkid. What is his? I don't think he has one. I don't think he's got a name. I could be wrong.
Marlians.
Marlians for
Yeah.
Naira Marley. That was
Back to now.
truly a wave, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, it was sweeping the nation to the point like the higher ups were very worried. He was getting in
Yeah.
trouble, getting arrested. There was a lot going on in Nigeria.
It is affecting our youth. That's what the politicians were saying.
Yeah. Naira Marley was a bad
I'll swear
influence
down.
on a
Yeah.
generation. That was a big deal still.
Bad boy.
They were nicking him left, right, and centre.
Very bad boy.
Yeah, naughty boy.
Yeah, naughty boy.
30 BG, Bernard, what's?
No, Wizkid must have one.
He's got to. It's a must.
The Wizard?
Lock off this pod, man. Vans.
I don't
Are you
know.
going to see him at the end of the month at
Um,
the Tottenham Stadium? There's still tickets.
Wizkid?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I'll be honest with you,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
I'm going, but I'm at a place in my life where I'm trying to use my face card a bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baddie?
Never declined.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, let's
Jeez.
Oh, black Amex for them.
You see,
Unlimited.
this is how you're
Come
feeling.
on.
Start giving you a full sense of security.
Okay.
Don't. Let's chill. I just want to see.
Flamboyant Fols. Come
Pretty
on.
pun any side. I mean.
Are you hearing that she's talking to me? What? I'm not. We're not in your girls' group chat right now. You know, said pretty pun any side. Are you insane?
Fendi Fols out in the flesh.
Yes, I'm gonna try and use my face card. Am I coming through clean on your headphones? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Might just be mine. I want to try and use my face card. Use a bit of a clout, as the kids would say. And if I put it this way, if you see me snapping my TV in my front room, it didn't work.
Oh. Yeah.
But if you see me, front row at the stadium, clearly
Front row,
it
yeah.
worked. Well, let's not exaggerate, but yeah.
Okay.
There's still gold circle tickets.
Okay, you going?
No.
No.
Didn't you catch COVID last time you went?
At the Made in Lagos thing. Yeah, but I had
That's
to be there
wicked
for that.
vibes right there. you
Okay.
know? Did you have to remind him of a dark time in his life? When
Do you know what I mean?
COVID?
Crazy.
I know you're on this week, keeping the man them humble.
Mm-hmm.
I did, but it was just one of those shows that I needed to be at because of the album.
Okay.
I love the album, so it was highly anticipated.
Why did you say no so quickly, Chrissy, when Van
I have
asked?
no, just like Van said, there was so much hype around it, and I hadn't seen him before.
Okay.
But there's nothing about that performance that inspired me to go back.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've done it now. Wow, great.
Yeah.
But
He did Glasto as well, which was
it was
it was cool.
There's just nothing about it that gives me. He to me, studio artist.
Wow.
I'm not saying he's not. He doesn't sound good live because. One thing I did notice on his Glasto performance, his vocals sound so much better. You can tell he's been taking time to really trend that truth. But I feel like... but
All right.
I feel like...
Every week, I really think it was giving her the mic a good idea. Train that throat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I feel like he's really been doing that and it shows. But he doesn't give the... live in terms of his performance,
Okay.
like the whole package of the show,
Yeah.
not just him standing.
Do you think he's not to go on a crazy tangent, but do you think he maybe just relying on how big some of his tunes are just to like hold a performance, hold a show?
Yeah, Wizkid doesn't want to. He's not like a Burner or a Davido that would like literally tear their shirt.
I think Burner's just come and fucked everyone's shit up.
Sorry to them.
Just because of the level of his showmanship.
Yeah.
It's just levels above, and obviously he's now at the point where he's doing stadiums all over the world.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? He done a big stadium in New York, which was huge. He done the London stadium, which was huge. He obviously done the Champions League final.
That was
another big deal.
Yeah.
And I think he was doing one in Finland the other day. So he's just going around and he's just quietly killing these stadiums.
Yeah.
And now everyone's looking at what your performance is saying, and realizing
I think also the cost of living crisis added to that because ticket prices are going up crazy. Price wise, so people are factoring that into. I think FOMO will always be there, but obviously as we get older, I would like to think it doesn't affect us as much because we're grown and we can just kind of firm stuff. But for
Just firm stuff.
no, it's like if put it this way, the fear of missing out versus your monthly bills, you're picking your monthly bills, innit?
yeah.
We're adults, innit? You're making more. I would hope you think more sensible decisions, innit? You're not gonna go and see a Wizkid or insert artist A here over, filling your fridge, whatever, innit? I'm sure it's not that dire, but everything is going up. I'm coming here today, I'm seeing Spotify Premium's gone up by a couple pounds. Okay, Chrissy, I feel like you're getting passionate.
Do you know what? I'd had a really long day. Really long day.
Sounds like hate to me.
Yeah.
Sounds like hate.
And I said, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to load up some tunes. I'm going to cook. I'm going to clean. And I'm going to get ready for the pod. I open up my Spotify and bam, just like that on the front screen in that big text, they're telling me we're increasing the price. Are you people okay? You couldn't put it in an email. Why are you forcing me to see this on my screen?
Do you know why?
I was I'm not even finished. I was so angry. The fact that cost of living is really just flogging me inside my house on my own phone. My own phone.
Half a minute and hate.
Done. Thank you. So,
inquiring minds would like to know, will you be cancelling your Spotify subscription?
That's not what we're talking about here.
No, because this rant was lovely, but you said all that to say this. Are you still going to pay this bill?
When TFL raise their prices, do you still get on the train?
No, they're not comparable.
In this conversation,
are you hearing this, Vans? They're not comparable.
You're comparing
you get into work compared to you listening to that music.
You don't actually want me dead.
How do you get
want
there?
Me dead? No, you want me dead.
Dramatics.
You said you got her back this episode, so
yeah,
have her back.
Vans wants me dead, right?
Yes.
Man said I even deny it. But
wow.
Man said it is what it is.
Cool.
I had to do it to you, man.
Cool.
Sorry, Chrissy.
These things, like, they're going to go up. These things are going to go up. Netflix have gone up. All of the streaming sites have now got you to a point where they know that if they take, it's going to make a difference. So what's a pound that people are going to do? They're going to close their eyes and agree.
That's how Pret silently increased their subscription price from £25 to £30. Their days are numbered.
What company? No, I'm just talking, innit?
Pret.
Okay, so you have a Pret subscription.
Follow.
You subscribe to coffee.
Follow.
No, I'm just trying to understand the thought process here.
Yeah.
Okay. And what comes with that subscription?
You get 5 barista-made drinks a day and 10% off anything else in the store. But they only introduced that 10% off when they increased their price from £25 to £30.
Is that good? So you can get 5 drinks a day?
Yeah, so anything that the barista makes. So that can be a coffee, that can be one of the smoothies that they make.
Yeah.
Or my favourite is an apple hito. Slaps. Severely.
From a business standpoint, is that good business? Because if you got one of those, we could be maxing out on drinks. I could let my brethren use them and...
Oh, I wouldn't do that because I'm a law-abiding citizen, but I do hear that's something that they do. Okay.
All right, cool.
Do you know what? Speaking of like subscriptions and Spotify and stuff, I came across a series of tweets the other day about TikTok and this new app that they have been building.
Right.
It says TikTok may be building a Spotify killer. I got an early look at the new streaming app they just launched in 5 countries. So enter TikTok Music, a Spotify competitor that launched this month in Brazil, Mexico, Indonesia, Singapore, and Australia. Users get 3 months of free usage and then pay a subscription that's a slight discount to Spotify. So the product itself, which is a standalone app, looks like a TikTok Spotify hybrid. You'll authenticate via TikTok, select favorite artists, and enter into a For You feed of 30-second song previews. You can like, comment on, or share songs on TikTok.
Okay.
Oh.
Here's where it gets interesting. Songs you favorite on TikTok are automatically saved for you in TikTok Music, and your friend list is ported over too. Plus, the For You feed of personalized song recommendations can be trained on your activity in both apps. Similar to Spotify, TikTok Music has curated playlists with a heavy emphasis on what's trending on TikTok. That's crazy. But unlike Spotify, you can stream user-generated remixes that have gone viral instead of having to hunt them down on SoundCloud.
Oh.
That is the game changer.
Yeah, that right there.
All about making things easy for people, basically.
Yeah. So like, there's a lot of people that want a different version to like a popular song, but you can't get it anywhere unless having to countlessly or endlessly search for it on SoundCloud. So now you can just do it on this app and find them.
So do you think this is going to be the game changer that they?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Okay.
I'm not saying it will smash Spotify and like kill Apple, but it's going to be a big contender.
Think about what TikTok is doing for music anyways at this present moment.
With the trending sounds.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and what artists are charting from like sped up versions of their songs, which has been like used like predominantly on TikTok.
Right.
Yeah.
So now like this TikTok music app is gonna communicate with the original TikTok app that you have. Whatever's trending over there, they're just gonna put it over automatically on the music app.
They're just repurposing the data that they're getting on TikTok.
Yeah, and you can do more with the music that you can generate on there from TikTok. You can stream on the music app.
So a whole separate app.
Yeah.
Extra advertising now, obviously, when people are over there. Okay.
Available in 5 countries for now.
Those are big countries.
Yeah, it's just going to grow and grow and grow. And before you know it, a lot of the kids are going to have TikTok music.
It'll be interesting to know, like, name the countries again.
Brazil, Australia, Indonesia, and Singapore.
I want to know, like, what the...
and Mexico.
And Mexico, the numbers of, like, bots and farms and stuff over when it comes to streaming.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair point.
it'd be interesting to know because, you know, why did you launch in those locations? I don't think that's just by chance, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
because you would think America would be a good place to start, or
yeah. You might want to road test it in smaller territories, possibly, but those feel very, like, strategic in a way. They don't feel
not
super
just
random.
like, oh, yeah.
You know? So that's just me off the whim of a conspiracy in it. So, I don't know, man. Yeah, we'll see. Do you guys spend a lot of time on TikTok?
No.
I don't, but when I do go on the app, like it's easy to just stay on there for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like when I remember that I have the app, I'll go on there, and you can just like there's a lot of funny stuff on there, and there's like a, you know, depending on your algorithm, they're gonna try and sell you stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know how I do? There's very few times when I go on TikTok, but the same thing always happens. I'm on Twitter, I see a funny video, and I'm like, oh, let me go and see this person's videos on TikTok. Yeah. I go onto TikTok, but then my For You page starts showing me stuff. I scroll for 20 minutes, and I'm like, why am I here? So then I open up Twitter again, and then it's the same tweet that sent me to TikTok that's open. So then I'm like, oh yeah, there was something that I wanted to search. Then I'm back on TikTok, so now just no.
Yeah, because I was late to party TikTok, and I found myself recently when I'm on there, same thing, I can just be on there.
Yeah.
And it can range for 5 minutes quickly, 15, 20 minutes scrolling, half an hour, just like not actually looking for anything in particular on there, but just being on the app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They, like you said, they put crack in there, man.
Allegedly. Scratching the same time.
But being able to
right
stream like remixes that have gone viral on that TikTok music app is like is going to be like a real game changer.
Yeah, because we're in a playlist generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody that can curate stuff for you, I'm sure everyone's got their own playlist, but if the app is doing that for you directly, people are just going to go over it. It's all about ease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I have found quite a few new artists this week because I've been using the Spotify AI DJ.
Right.
And I've really enjoyed it. I've really, really, really enjoyed it.
Who have you found?
Let's not go there, but it's been really good.
You think I'm asking her like a mad question? You volunteered this information that you found some new artists.
All right.
Can you do me a favour, actually? Can everyone... well, I know you lot got Wi-Fi. Put your point front airplane. I think we're getting like feedback and interference in that. Yeah, so...
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Wait, let's see. What someone liked.
Wow. The jokes write themselves. Did you listen to anybody?
No, I did, but there's a lady called Lizzie Birchie here. The song's called Flaws and All. There's a song called... That sounds a bit...
Say it.
Well, it's called Monkey.
Well, your algorithm is looking a bit shaky.
So I was like, okay, there's a song that I really like called UFO by Olivia Dean.
Right.
A few on there. So
And what genre of music is this by chance?
very varied. What next?
That doesn't answer the question.
Yeah, varied.
Like you sound like a woman on edge.
I know
Is this deja vu?
You see, yeah.
I just simply asked, like,
Who sent
what genre of
Who sent you?
what genre of music you're
Who
listening
sent
to?
you?
You're quite an eclectic
You
babe.
follow.
No? It's not every day.
Like what you like.
We started with Fredo, and it's not every day gangsterism and bam, bam, bam. It's not every day that type of music. Like,
yeah, it's a good mix.
Good mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, you walk in the spirit of an African politician. Never answer a direct question.
I get it from my dad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that like they don't answer any direct questions?
Yeah, he'll answer a question with a question.
That's the ultimate, like, dismissive tactic.
Yeah.
I love that one, though. Yeah, it's bad, but it's amazing at the same time, though.
But why is it amazing?
Someone asks you where you coming from. Why are you asking me questions? Now we're on that.
No, but that's what I don't like. Sounding like Ella. No accountability.
Okay.
But
Right. You been up to date, Love Island?
yeah.
Who do you think's going to win?
As long as it's not Molly and Zach.
Okay, I support that.
That's fine.
I feel like they're being forced upon us.
Yeah, it's just too much. I don't care anymore. Abby needs to go. She's I don't know.
Was Tyreek right in what he said to in regards to Scott and Abby? Because he was, now Scott's no longer with Abby. Spoiler alert, sorry. He's no longer with Abby. He came and like did the whole like, right, you're not really into her like that.
Yeah. Everyone's going to be mixed up in that villa. It's such a small place. So it's going to happen. But I don't know, Tyreek's looking a bit funny in the light to me.
Why?
Just the way he speaks to Whitney, I don't really like it. And he can be quite abrasive in the way he speaks. And there's one thing it's no secret, I've said it before, it's not just about the message, it's about your delivery. And when he's in the moment and he's heated, it's just like...
Yeah.
Class.
Yeah. But like, composure, hold yourself.
Should Whitney have apologized to Ella for calling her selfish?
She did 3 times.
But it kind of rubbed me up the wrong way that Ella didn't apologize to Whitney. Because like Catherine was on a show saying that this is something that happens all the time. Like it's stuff that they've brought up to Ella before. But yeah, to me it kind of seemed like Ella was being called out. She didn't like it. Then it's, oh my God, like you've hurt my feelings so much. Okay, like I can accept that I've done that, but can you also accept that you were wrong? But she's just like, it's just a shower, it's just a shower. Don't minimize it. If that's how I feel, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
But Whitney and Lockham, I really like them together. Anyone else? No, just me? Okay, yeah, they're great.
Okay, cool. The reason why I was like, with Vans, awkward silence, I'm just like, when the family came in and they were asking, I think she was sat with her family, she still seems a little bit unsure. Because basically, like, you've been seeing the babes for a bit, like, you're doing all the relationship stuff, but there's no title necessarily on it, or like, you've not explicitly said this is what we're doing. So she is unsure because from the outside looking at me, looks so great, but there isn't a full stop at the end of the sentence, basically. That's the vibe she was giving me when she was sat there with their family, talking kind of thing. So, like, they look great. I think she's also very popular. He does look like he's, into her. Of course, this is Love Island, we see what we get in that. But, like, Tyreek's done his whole I love you, big deal. Donnie's he's asked Jess out.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you are coming across as a stronger couple, why is that not kind of signed, sealed and delivered?
But I get what Lockham's saying about he doesn't want it to be like I'm doing it in the villa because we're in the villa and all the rest of it.
50 bags on the line, ask me out. Okay,
when you put it like that, fair. I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it.
And I'm a favourite. Like if not, somebody here can fancy me in it.
Fair.
Because you know it will be different if there was it. She felt unsure in regards to does this person like me, or he felt unsure does this girl like me. What I'm seeing is they both are quite into each other, so I get it. Also, bro, fake it for 50 bags, bro, and all the potential bags that might be coming outside after it as well. So you at least want to get to the final because you don't necessarily have to win the show that's proven the last couple of years to have somewhat of an okay career after. You just need to at least get to that end bit and come across likable enough. And she has so far not really put a foot wrong.
Yeah, Whitney's good.
Yeah, I
think she'll get the same kind of. With India, how she's got lots of opportunities after.
Right, yeah.
But Whitney's good. Yeah, fully
Yeah, man, and I think how she carries herself in that villa is also why people were fond of her in the first place, and she's got personality as well. And she just seems like when, obviously, like over the last couple of days or this past week, there's been a lot of drama concerning her. But aside from that, aside from the little squabbles that she has, like you can tell that people actually really like her. Like she's always that person that's kind of speaking life into someone. Like she seems like a words of affirmation type of babe.
Okay. You've been watching. I love that for you, man. I would like to say though, like shout out to her mum. I've definitely seen those aunties in the hall party before.
I didn't watch that.
And if she
episode.
asked me to go to collect the cooler of rice from her boot, I absolutely would.
Oh.
You know? Yeah. Mumsy was in there. I was like, okay, I can see where your daughter gets this from, innit? In terms of the energy and that.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't believe me?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay. Thanks for your support,
Yeah,
man.
why would I doubt you, King?
Very true.
So you've been watching as well?
Yeah, I'm watching. I was in the
Of
house,
course he
bro.
has, yeah.
It's 9 o'clock
He's
to routine,
inside.
bro. What do you think this is? Matching face mask.
I was like, you've been watching, boy, like
Like it's a crime and that.
You know he's there.
Come on, man. Love Island's
In there.
Love Island's good with the watching it and the alongside commentary.
Yeah.
And shit.
Yeah,
If that wasn't there, I think I'll be less inclined to watch for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the only reason why I watch it, because the timeline is just funny.
It's a conversation starter. Listen, dating, sex, relationships, always going to get the streets going, man.
What do you think of Elon being out there, like, and they're asking him on the outside, what are you saying about the future? And he's
On my
like, well,
knees.
What I will
we need
say,
to focus on ourselves.
On my knees.
some people aren't media trained, and I feel like he's definitely one of those people. He came
You're
out.
shooting
Oh
him
my
Bell.
God.
I'm supporting a black man.
His disgusting
Fair.
TikToks.
Come on.
He should be embarrassed.
We'll get onto that after. Not too much on him. Let's just stay focused. Thank you, Queen.
How can I?
So he was on an interview with Catherine, and they basically asked him like about their.
What's his name? Elon.
I don't know, bro. His name is Elom.
What is
Elomsky. Elom.
Such a troublemaker.
Elom. I don't know. Elom, whatever. He was on there. He was come out with Catherine. Cool.
Giggle.
He's basically asking like, what's the future say for you, Catherine? Basically like. So it's like we need to focus on ourselves. What that translates as, these bitches ain't on me,
Oh my God.
but they own me.
Bruv, he was in that villa saying, yeah, let's build, let's come together, let's contour.
Yeah,
Now, it's let's focus on us.
because he's come outside and he's like, you don't really know each other like that. So she fucked up. She should have stopped with Scott. She's still being there now because Donnie ain't built a solid connection with anybody since.
He's
and
just
she
there
was
for
very
a
much
free
a
holiday
favorite.
at this point.
He looks like someone that's a favorite as well. So they would have been a decent couple in it. So, you know, obviously we definitely invested in black love and that, but Dr. Umar ain't always right.
Oh, Elon's name is a traditional name belonging to the, I don't know how to pronounce this, Ewe, EWE, people, meaning God loves me or beloved by God.
Okay, so there's not too much in his name then. It's got
Common
profound
to
meaning.
Ghana and Togo.
Right.
Okay, shouts out to him and his people.
Yep.
And that powerful name.
Shout out them.
Good clean up right there. Thank you, Chrissy, because
Welcome.
I don't want anyone getting onto
Shaky. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you reckon? What do you think of that though, Chrissy? You're sat there in an interview with your boo, your TV boo, your fake boo. Obviously, we're trying to do what we need to do, you know, potential bags and that. And they asked Donnie about the future of you and him. And he says, we need to focus on ourselves. How do you respond?
You see, have you seen this clip that Hema put out a couple of weeks ago where the guy was like, oh, you're a slag and you're doing slag stuff?
No, I haven't, but
And
enlighten
then
me.
I see how you was like smiling at them boys in the shop, you know, like, oh, you're too friendly, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Why
acting
don't
like
I
some
break up
hoe or
with you?
something.
And then she's like, break up with me then. And she drags him for filth, like absolutely drags him. I say all of that to say, I'll let the chopper sing. Let's be mad together. Oh, you want to embarrass me? Okay, let's go.
But you have more equity in being a victim in that situation where it's like, he says that now, damsel in distress, Donnie doesn't know a good thing when it hit him. You're now reading for filth and start talking about his lineage and everything. You're just going to come across as the angry woman on the,
There's-
Are
at
you
the radio
gonna take
station.
No,
the
I'm
British
not gonna be-
television route, or are you going to take the VH1 Mona Scott Young
God,
Productions route and just start dashing water.
No.
That's even tame compared to what they do now with this whole Natalie Nunn and what her people and Jocelyn
And
that.
Jocelyn just pulling up on randoms and swinging on them.
Yeah.
If there's anything I can do, it's an eloquent drag. So you wouldn't have to worry about that. I can tell you about yourself without telling you to suck your mum.
Okay.
That's a skill right there. I've got some passive-aggressive emails I need to send this week.
Oh my God, that is my bag.
I'm going to send them to you. You can proofread them and make amendments where necessary.
Gladly.
Who needs ChatGPT, huh?
Yeah.
Ow.
If we come to find out that Chrissy is behind all this,
What's next?
Carlee Russell.
Oh my!
The curious case of Carlee Russell. No?
Yeah.
Are you up to date?
Yeah.
So a young lady by the name of Carlee Russell went missing and had people on a manhunt for
48 hours?
49 hours. The story goes, she saw a baby on the corner. You know, it's just mad to me that, you know, someone can go missing, have people looking for them for this long, but come to find out you see their search history. How'd you disappear?
Heard she was Googling Taken, the plot of Taken.
And you were kidnapped and you shown up naked, but you have money in your sock and a very similar amount to what had been stolen from your workplace.
What?
This whole thing is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So I got it here. Carlee Russell had claimed that she was abducted after stopping to check on a toddler who was walking on the side of a busy highway. This sounds like a Tyler Perry film.
Do you know what? You're not wrong.
Sounds like that Tiana Taylor movie.
Yeah, chill out.
Come on.
The 25-year-old had called 911 shortly before disappearing on the 13th of July, sparking a nationwide search. But she returned home 49 hours later. So we didn't even go and find you. You found us.
She was out hoeing, man.
Popping that thing.
She went to see someone, man.
Yeah, last
Oh
week,
my
detectives uncovered evidence that cast doubt on her story, including Google searches about a film where a woman is abducted and how to steal money from a cash register without getting caught. In a statement, Russell's lawyer confirmed there was no kidnapping and apologized to her friends, family, and volunteers who had scoured the area looking for her. So right now, they're asking for prayers for Carlee because this might be a mental thing or, you know.
This is very much in the spirit of Jussie Smollett.
Man like
Justice for
Juicy
Juicy.
J. Yeah. Just
WWGPD. What would Goopak do?
Man like Juicy J, you know.
Goopak.
Oh my gosh. Everyone's mad.
You know what, yeah, obviously.
Bro, like, why would you do this?
No, that's what it is, yeah. I'm all for the jokes, innit? But the bit I don't like about it is that you would have wasted precious, like, police time, man hours, resources on someone that actually didn't need help and someone may have needed help at that time and, like, you know. Do I want her thrown in jail, fined, flogged in the street? Not particularly. Just know that digital receipts are real. We will forever know you as this person.
Yeah.
You would have to go and cure, like, AIDS.
Everything.
Netflix is going to do something on this.
I probably already start writing, bro. Like, it's there.
Wait then.
She would have to do something extraordinary for us to even consider.
Reverse global woman and then chat to us.
There we go. Yeah. that's a big ask.
Yeah.
That's a big ask.
That is a very big ask. Like, these are going to be things that some people will remember. Maybe not all of us in the UK, but in the US.
Yeah.
Because it prompted a nationwide search. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like that story that I watched the documentary on Netflix about that American footballer that had like
Mante Teo with the
bro.
The
fake girlfriend,
Neek, bro.
Yeah. Oh.
Like,
Neek, bro. Neek.
Oh goodness.
Nah, man.
bro,
Sympathy, but
the Donny
bro.
had the world at his feet at one point. Like, number one, you were supposed to be the number one draft pick.
Yeah.
And this whole thing like crumbled because you thought you had a girlfriend when you didn't.
Yeah.
How can you be like? How can you believe that? You ain't seen her once.
Someone like me that's trying to see you on the first day. Are you crazy? Come on, man. Let's be real here.
Man's the hottest like on campus, and he's swerving bad things for a babe that he's never met.
For online love.
Does faithfulness seem like such a stretch to you?
No.
Okay.
But that's not what we're doing
That's
here.
got nothing to do with faithfulness right here.
I was
I
just
had your
asking.
back earlier, but now
That's not what we're doing here.
pardon my back, all right? This is crazy right now. How did you get from there to there?
Don't worry, man. I know what she's doing. She's trying to drag.
Yeah.
No.
It didn't work.
And you said you can do an eloquent drag.
Yeah.
That's,
That was a failed
don't,
attempt.
don't reach. Yeah.
Anyway.
Tough crowd. You're
No,
having a
carry
Chrissy,
on.
yeah?
No, I said what I said.
Yeah. Faithful,
Go
this, you
on.
know.
There.
Don't need.
No,
Carlee
he was
Russell, man.
He was so shocked at someone like Kevin Babes. Like, oh my God, wow, how could he do that? The strength.
No, the shock was you would like run to online love when all this love is in front of you.
Yeah.
Like visible, physical, human love. But this woman that's on the internet has got your head so scrambled.
Did I misunderstand you?
Yes, I'll speak for Vans. You misunderstood him.
Apologies.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like even like pictures and that, like couldn't even FaceTime your babe. Like, isn't it booky?
It's very booky.
Yeah.
It's very, yeah.
Is it not? Like maybe it was CTE.
That's fair. That's fair, yeah. That's fair. But yeah, that was the
Prominent
latest
in that sport.
documentary. Yeah,
But yeah, like I mean, there are people that are gonna do so many outlandish things now.
Chris is looking at it, bro. Spit that out. Hey. She's looking at your cup like, brother, whatever you drank today, don't drink it again.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, am I making it difficult to understand me?
No. But it's because we're watching you in real time, yeah? Try to get to the finish line.
He's just making sure he's Englishing properly, that's all.
Yeah, come on.
Sorry, the master of English.
Thank you.
So I love Chris. She's just gonna take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
English master. Yeah.
Cool.
That's out to you. But yeah, what do you think of this whole Carlee Russell thing?
She's a dumb bitch.
Okay.
Like,
Tell us how you feel.
no, actually.
No,
I
don't take that back.
No, I do. Because we don't know if she's suffering from mental illness or she was just wanting attention. Those are two very different things.
Wanting
Although they can be
attention
the
or too
same.
much attention can be a mental illness.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it could just be a cry for help.
Yes, definitely could be that. The thing that aggravates
Get on
me,
Instagram live and cry. Do whatever a normal person
Can
does
I?
now and puts front camera on and cries to camera. Don't go and have us on an almost 2-day manhunt looking for you and the mental toll on the family whilst you're missing. What do they say after like a certain time period where like if they don't find you,
48 hours.
you could be dead or whatever?
It is irresponsible as well in the fact that like a lot of people have been campaigning that black women aren't believed
Yes.
when they go missing and stuff. And then this one black girl pops up and creates this scenario which turns out to be a hoax.
Whilst I do hear that point, yeah, we aren't going to allow one idiot and that be the focus.
Of course
that
not.
Like,
Of course not. But
it's
we
gonna-
know
it's
how
gonna-
the
it's gonna
narrative
put-
swings.
It's going to put like elements of doubt in people. The doubt was already there. Like that exists already. Yes, it doesn't help, but it's one moron, isn't it?
Can
one.
I answer the question you asked me?
Yeah.
Great, thank you. So I think with the Carlee Russell thing, just like I said, there are so many black women that are not believed. Black people, whether they're black women, men, children, and yes, this one incident shouldn't be enough to move the needle, but it will be.
Yeah. Because of the fact that it prompted a nationwide search,
Yeah.
which turns out to be a hoax.
Yeah, that's what.
And then your
it's
parents
insane.
come out and they're just like, oh yeah, we just want like some privacy at this time. Nah. Tell us.
No, you know what? Yeah, if
You said no, tell us.
what's my man in the UK, the news presenter?
Hugh Edwards.
If Hugh Edwards' wife can come out and say they
Hugh
want
Edwards.
privacy right now, Carlee Russell's family can get privacy because we could be embarrassed, highly embarrassed by this. We could be in the house flogging her for this. Like,
Yeah.
she could be on punishment.
Which they
With,
they
like,
probably
it's
are.
It's all very plausible. You know, black families, but like, we can't let this one idiot like.
No, but
No,
just
I
like
agree.
you said, they're always looking for a reason to back up the hate that they have in their heart sometimes.
Yeah.
And it could be this one inconsequential thing because really and truly there could be, we don't know what the statistics are in terms of how many people do this a year, a month, a week or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
that's true.
But the unfortunate fact is that this is the situation that garners a lot of attention and this is the one that people will refer to. Like a lot of people who were Islamophobic,
Yes.
they use 9/11 as what do they call it? Like confirmation bias. Okay, I already think that this group of people are this, and then I've seen this one thing, so that's going to support every single theory that I've had up until this point. So if someone's like, black people shouldn't be trusted, they're liars, and those are the people that are in the hospitals, in the police force and stuff like that, that's going to be their reference point.
Yeah.
And whilst, it's not the biggest thing in the world, it's a shame that there were resources that were wasted, but the impact is going to be so much bigger than her community, her city. It's going to affect everyone, in my opinion.
No, I'm with you. My point is it shouldn't. But when you explain like that, I understand because everyone has their biases already. And if those people are now in positions of power.
Yeah. The next time a black woman, someone called and they are black or sound black and there's a police officer on the end of the phone, if that person already had any type of hijacked in the spirit, and then like they're not going to be in a rush to send help for that person.
Do you know what you fucked up? Let us find you, man. Also, don't come home like just be walking on a random highway because your face is already mad visible, so people are gonna know. Like, just make it a bit more believable, man.
Was it true that she was trying to do this to get back at her boyfriend? But now
it's always man.
The way people are in this man's DMs. So, babe, what did you achieve here? What did you achieve here? People are DMing this man and sending screenshots of their DMs to Twitter. Like, woman. Yeah, they love it. Imagine you were already trying to get away from this babe, and now
you're throwing new women in my direction. So I've got babes in between me and you.
It's not even in between because I don't think she's going to be free.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. I don't know if she's from a small town or not. Because those things are always worse when you're like, you can't really hide away. So
yeah, and just thinking about it, like, you're not even that young. Like, you're 25. So I can't even shoot you mad bell.
Yeah, it's not an age thing. You're an idiot.
I don't know what's going on up there. But it's just one of those ones where, like, you haven't done yourself any favors.
Yeah.
And now you're putting like your parents in an awkward position as well.
It's true. It's true. Speaking of being in awkward positions, though, I did send it into the group chat about this whole aeroplane seat thing with regards to plus size people and whilst Vans was draws for the laptop. Man, close. You think your job's done? You better earn your keep right here, my friend. Don't even got relaxed, you know. Man closed the laptop. He leant back. He was like, "Oh yeah, cool, man. Last hour of the pod, and that we good, man. You know,
last hour.
Oh,
I was just testing the temperature. Well, you ain't got an hour in you, or because you guys hit 400 episodes, you think now we're on 401, you can just be podding less and less.
Let's see what happens.
No.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Vans fans. Shouts out to our listeners though for last week.
Yeah,
I appreciate you guys. Shouts out to Scully as well for joining us for such
Scully.
a huge milestone. Mistake number 1 for me.
Okay.
What's the mistake counter this week? Much appreciation to Scully and all the people we've had on over the years of doing this podcast. It was nice to just hit that milestone.
No appreciation for me.
I mean, you're here.
Appreciate me.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Oh, you speak in France? What? I just like to say, Chrissy, yeah.
I found a clip.
Appreciation under duress, yeah, is not the appreciation you want.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to say appreciate me.
Cool.
A man that wants to do it will do it.
No, cool.
I found a clip.
Basically, can you cut the crap? Let's get to podding.
Yeah.
Go and play the clip, fans. I'm going.
The issue isn't weight or any of those things. It's about making places more accessible so that plus size people feel seen enough, empowered enough, and strong enough to maybe make those lifestyle changes if they want to.
If you're going to pay for it, though, like at the end of the day, my husband, who's 6'5", has to pay for it. But if you're asking for...
But that's a choice. That's a choice.
He's
can
not
still
6'5"
decide to squeeze up himself. We don't have that.
He can't physically fit in a seat, and it's not his fault he's 6'5". But people who are overweight, I'm not saying it's always a choice, but why should you be allowed free seats when other people aren't allowed
We're not asking for free seats. We're asking for the option, right?
There's options. You can pay and sit in larger seats in first class, in economy plus.
But the price, the difference between price is completely unfair. Your husband has the choice to still fit in the seat and maybe be a little bit squeezed up with his knees. With plus size people, I've almost cut off my circulation from my hips, babe, just trying to get that seat.
Thoughts?
Don't do that, man. I would just like to say, since the 1990s, the width of most aeroplane seats have shrunk from 18 inches to 16 inches. Yeah.
2 inches makes a world of difference.
Hey, yo. Shouts out to the Chrissy Hive. People have been getting larger both in weight and height. Hudson said the seats, on the other hand, have been shrinking. So that's where I start from. Like, you know, in a former time, I may have been getting crazy with certain jokes and that. But I think as I'm getting older, I'm getting very empathetic.
What you been guided?
I've got a niece, I've got a nephew now.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, I'm getting fucking soft and mushy and like, I love it and I hate it at the same time, but I love it again. And genuinely, in my heart, all jokes aside, yeah, I don't really truthfully just want to like hurt some of my words, innit? If you deserve it though.
that caveat right there.
If you shoot at me, I'm shooting back. So when I watch that, I'm just like, I don't even know why you're on, because is that from this morning? I don't even know why you're on this show having this debate, because I know it's only going to go one way. You know, you're there, pun intended, not as the fat target, and then you don't help yourself with how you respond to some of her rebuttals, where it's like he has a choice. Someone 6'5",
honey.
Does it leave the table open for someone to be fat phobic? Absolutely.
Does it justify them being fat phobic? No. But some people don't even believe in fat phobia as well, by the way. I know there's probably a section listening to his friend Rotten Tomatoes at us right now going,
boo, tomato.
If you're big, you're big. That's on you. It is your fault. And I do hear some of those arguments. I'm not going to cap in it. I'm not going to pretend like I don't and that. But I do feel like just from me saying that, as I said at the start, we would all benefit from bigger seats.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider myself plus size. I know Chrissy will feel otherwise. But even me is sometimes a little bit hitch up in the seat.
That's not true, but it's the fact I knew exactly where you were going with that.
Yeah.
I just want to
say weight gain, BBL, like, you know, there's a lot going on right now, innit? So
even my back is big in.
Okay.
I had to have a word with myself the other day.
That's good. Yeah. Man said, can never be me.
The thing is, like, you're right, because when whatever that lady was saying about her husband being 6'5", yeah, I'm not that tall, yeah, but like,
oh, lie, man, that's your height, mate, man. Stop the crap, bro. I'm coming and start capping, bro. 6'5", you know the vibes. What's going on here, bro?
But why are you triggered, bro? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Like, what's going on? I'm just saying.
I'd love to be that tall.
He said, step up.
I'm just saying that, like, when you're in economy and you get to your seat, if you're on a budget airline, bro, your knees is peak.
It's true, yeah, it's true.
It's peak, bro. Like, you're gonna have to pay for extra leg room. You know, especially if you're on a long haul flight, it's not gonna be nice. Like, that's just me, and I'm not 6'5". So if a 6'5" person comes in, and like the person in front of you is doing up recliner all the way to, do you know what I mean? Like, where it becomes, yeah, like you can't move.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know what the argument is. She wants an option of having
more space. Yeah, and the lady's response is, if you want more space, you pay for it.
You Fair enough.
Now that's Queen Mojo. She was on. Do you remember that show? Was it called This Is Peckham? Where they were in the ends following like certain personalities.
Yeah. I watched one of them.
Yeah, I know. Not too much on the show. I was just using that as a reference from where people may know her from. She's a plus size influencer, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not mad at her for wanting the option to be considered, but free of charge. What?
The rule thoughts are coming out.
What?
Man hit us with the empathy at the start, but he said,
Do you know, there was a time, like this year, maybe when I was going to Turkey, I don't know. There was a guy who was in the seat, and the seats with the extra leg room, they were available.
Yeah.
So the guy said, like everyone had boarded, they've closed the doors. So the guy said, can I sit? Can I move? Like there's no one there. Can I move into that seat? The flight attendant said, no. Like, but the guy was like, well, the seats are just there. They're just going to waste. And the guy said, well, they're not going to waste. They're paid for. So if you would like to pay for them, then go. He was like, oh, but it doesn't make a difference anyway. And the flight attendant was like, it makes a difference to us. And when I tell you, he was not having that man. So the guy was like, he was actually saying, I'm 6'5", it's so squashed. And the guy was like, you have the option to pay for the upgrade to sit in those seats. They're not playing about.
I will say, from a customer service point of view, I don't know if I would have gone with that approach in regards to responding to someone. Because if like everyone's already boarded, at this point now, the seats aren't going, they're not going to be used, innit? So I could just sit there. Like,
I'm not using that as customer service at this point. I'm in the stance of company policy and protocol.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if there are seats available.
You haven't paid for it.
You haven't paid for that.
Okay, no, let me test you lot's theory though. Hear me out. Train tickets in the UK are very expensive. Me and you both have reasons to travel up and down the country to see our beloved newborns in the family. Bluetooths?
Yeah. Ooh.
Shouts out to the new picking them in the family. That's always a blessing. You buy a ticket, it's cramp up, it's hitch up, but first class is there and it's empty. And clearly the seats are available. You go and sit in first. Have you ever gone and sat in first class?
No, but do you have a seat?
Yes, I've got a seat already.
Yeah, if I have a seat.
If there's no seats.
But it's okay. Seats on. Let's go both. Seats or no seats.
If there's no seats where you are and there are seats available in first class, then I'm with you.
Yeah, but if they could have the same response of like, you know, protocol, company policy.
Yeah, then you can move me on. That's fine. But you're also, that's like the inspector coming and saying you don't have a ticket for first class, and you're saying, well, the seat's available. He's going to say to you, well, that's cool, but you still don't have a ticket.
Yeah, but I'm not stopping anyone from sitting here. But I mean, my presence isn't
perfectly fine. But you don't have a ticket.
Am I just being stubborn in my argument right now?
If like because you gotta like trains are difficult as well. They're different as well because like there's different stops. Do you know what I mean? Where people may get on the train. So like you have to consider the people that are going to get on in the future that have a ticket to be where you're occupying and you haven't paid to be here. On a plane, it's a little bit different because there's no stops.
Some of the newer trains do show you like availability and stuff and that. But I'm with you. There is a hole in my argument a little bit there.
Like when it's on a plane, bro, like there's a significant difference. It's not just the seat that you're paying for. It's the service that you're getting as well.
Do you know what? On that, there was another time I flew and there was a guy, the plane was quite packed, not jam-packed, but it was quite packed. There was a guy on the very last row. He was sat in the middle of 3 seats. Okay. Just this one guy. So there was someone else who came over from the next aisle and said to the guy, oh, hey, would you mind, like we're really squashed on our row. Would you mind moving over a little bit so like one person can sit on the end of that row?
Yeah.
Turns out the guy was deaf. So he had actually bought all 3.
Well, no hearing aid.
He was deaf, so he had bought all 3 rows. So the flight attendant was trying to explain to him. I'm not saying he didn't hear him. It is just a fact of the story.
No,
the man was deaf.
Sorry, I thought you were going with like they didn't know that he was. So obviously that's like an indicator to know whether they are or not.
Fine. So that particular, what was I saying? So it was a flight attendant that was coming up to him. I can't remember if he had it hearing aid or not, but I don't know. So the flight attendant came over and was like, sir, like, the guy was like, well, he's got a whole row to himself. Like, why can't you just move over? And the flight attendant said to him, he's paid for all 3 seats. So he doesn't have to get up.
Baller.
And he doesn't have to get up and like be asking people, excuse me. It's just a much more convenient experience for him. But then that person was still like, but the seat is empty. But the seat is empty. Okay, but you haven't paid for it. And this man has.
In that situation, there's no argument because he's paid for that. If his humanity kicks in and he wants to be generous, or do you want to go halves on this seat now? Do you want to contribute to these costs?
Yeah.
How badly do you want this seat at the end of the day?
And also, like for someone to do that, you know that there's a reason for it, rather than to just flex.
It doesn't even have to be. You saying that is. It doesn't even have. It can sometimes just. I want that much space.
But even if he didn't pay for
it's
it,
for your convenience.
Yeah.
even if he didn't pay for it, I think the empathy point, just like you said, I would completely understand if this man would want to, or if the airline said, okay, do you know what, it's not jam-packed on here, let's just make the customer service.
Yeah.
Let's make the experience. Because what happens when this person falls asleep now? The person on the end of the exit.
Yeah.
Or the end of the aisle, or you just got constantly people, like, I understand it, but it was the entitlement that irked me. Even if he didn't pay for it.
We can be very entitled as people.
Yeah, like, just, the man is dead. Like, just leave him.
Yeah. I'm with you. Okay, cool. So where do you, in terms of like a definitive answer for that argument, so Queen Mojo's argument is, you know, the option should be there.
Yeah.
And the opposing person's argument is that, no, essentially you pay for it when it comes to more room, bigger seats, more space, etc. Where do you guys stand?
I agree that the option should be there.
Yeah.
But I also agree that it should be paid for if you want it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
just like if you want extra leg room. Sorry to cut you. If you want extra leg room, you got to pay for it. That's it. Right. Simple as. That's it.
I think this system is like broken on the inside. The seats should be larger, full stop.
For everybody.
For everyone. But then, yes, you cannot, if someone is not doesn't feel entitled to a seat because they're 6 foot whatever, you shouldn't be entitled to a certain amount of or a specific treatment because of your weight.
Do you feel like this could come across as a bit of like a distraction tactic where we should be focused on more of the point I made at the start, like you said, about them squeezing us up more and more planes for maximizing profits and having these conversations when really that should be the chat of like, why is the space becoming smaller and smaller? Like, we're not all these Zara models. You know, Zara's like their target market. the Italian dons.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, like we're not all that size in it. So I think that's why I struggle with it. I'm just like, this is, in terms of content, as soon as I saw evidence, like, I know this conversation is going. It's only going one way. And
a lot with these budget airlines, you pay for what you get. And I'm sorry, it's not the prettiest. And, you know, they're not going to really offer those things. Yeah. Like, because you got to see, like, how big are these Dreamliners? Are they big enough?
There's that. And also when I was doing a little bit of research, just on a small scale, you'd actually be surprised how, like, in terms of the profit margins, like a lot of these like commercial flights, especially for these like budget airlines, they range between like 10 and 20K per flight. And I know it's like I'm not, like, in terms of aviation, that's a very small margin when you actually, in terms of the actual outlay.
Yeah.
So when I started looking at that, I'm like, okay, cool. I do see some of the arguments, and I think as well that's where you can get away with certain things. Where when airlines are doing £10 tickets, you can put me in overhead luggage, man. I might firm it. I might sleep in overhead luggage for £10 a flight. Bro. I might. Not saying that it's right, but when things are that cheap, people are willing to part with more things because.
Like I went IB for the other day, and I took Ryanair to go there. Yeah. And the delay was insane, bro.
How long after you were meant to fly did you fly?
3 hours.
You know you can get some money back for that. If not,
I went on the website, and they changed it to 5.
Is that not? Don't even get me started.
Damn.
Don't even fire me up,
bro. They changed it. But then on my way back, I took British Airways, and BA is like, it's supposed to be like of a higher standard, yeah.
We saying the aesthetic was there, but the service didn't match.
We were a proper country.
Well, the thing is that, like, I think it's gone down over the years,
right?
But it's still a lot better than the budget airlines. Yeah. So on my way back, everything was just smooth. In fact, I think I even got back earlier.
We love that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so there's just a clear difference just in that. Like, and how comfortable it is, what's on offer. Like, man, were, like, on the way there, like, food was finishing by the time they got to the middle of the plane.
Are you joking?
They get to me, like, I'm like, oh yeah, can I get like a cheese and ham toasty or whatever?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, it's finished.
But they did you a favour. Have you seen pictures of those cheese and ham toasties?
Yeah, but like, it was just probably like one of the best out of what they had.
When you're hungry, you're hungry.
Yeah, like, and because we had been delayed as well.
Okay.
And it wasn't our fault, and it was hot. So like, people are like, are you not going to offer us some water or
yeah, when
like
you're delayed like that, it should be like complimentary water, drink.
Yeah.
Sometimes food, depends on the airline, of course, on level.
Oh yeah, we're going to get water. They just forgot.
They didn't forget. They didn't care.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about people? So, wait, backstory. Let me get myself together. So, I often see stories of people saying this person was inconsiderate because they wouldn't move so my family and I could sit together.
Fuck them kids, man.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you see your point about like you guys, you make pay for it. Like those, you should consider that then.
Yeah.
Like you want to sit together when I'm flying my missus. Do you think, especially how you are as well, imagine you go with your missus and like you've not selected seats and like you're sat separate. Now for some man, that's a dream. 3-hour flight.
Women will make sure that you guys have checked in prior.
So if you're going to do that with your partner, how have you not ensured that you're sat with your kids? Come on, man. Let's have it right here. Let's not be stupid, is it? Like,
that's a man mistake.
Yeah, that's a man mistake.
I know that it's more like if anyone's to make that mistake,
it's a man.
It will be a man.
But what I do feel that airlines do is that they, with like the more budget airlines as well, you have to pay for the option to be seated together. Whereas like somewhere like a BA or a Virgin, maybe it's changed now, but a lot of the time, if you're booking seats, if you're booking tickets together, you'll be seated together. But with that, I completely agree with you. If you want to all sit together, pay to sit together, don't then come and use your sense of entitlement because you just feel like I should move, or you feel like your kids should sit next to the window.
I'm not mad at the ask, but also be prepared for the no and accept it.
Yeah,
I'm all that. You know what it is? Definitely ask, but just prepare for someone to say no. It's a very real possibility.
Yeah.
Like I might not be want to sat next to your child for this, or like why? Yeah. Like I've picked this seat for a reason. Some people like window seats, some people like sit aisle seats. Like why should I now move because of your incompetence?
It's been a while since I hopped on a Virgin airline.
Okay.
No?
Yeah.
For you? No?
No, I left that pregnant pause there, bro. I think that's a leap pudding from me and Chrissy right there.
Have you not?
What's that?
Has it been a while since?
Sounds like a nightmare to me. I don't want to be Virgin.
Hey!
Virgin airline.
Did you not see that clip of the Christian couple?
Oh,
let's do some Christian content. There's a Christian couple that come to tell us, about how wonderful it is that, the lady is a virgin. It's a blessing. It's an honor, that she has given her virgin self to her husband. She's 30 years of age and she is a virgin.
An experienced virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everything but babe.
Yeah.
Like, girl, if you don't get the fuck.
I mean...
No, that's ridiculous.
Oh, you believe in that?
Well, that she hasn't...
She's done everything but...
No, that is a real thing, because if you know that there's a big risk here, like,
Tell us more.
Messing up potential opportunities of being married, being someone long term by doing that, maybe falling pregnant. You run away from that. Doesn't mean you can do all the other things that lead up to the crescendo.
And then having that strong willpower to just walk away.
Yeah. You can knock the door, you don't have to enter.
Fair.
Yeah.
Why are you even knocking?
See if you can find a clip for me, Chris, so I can give people like proper context.
Okay.
Because whilst Chris is trying to find a clip, I will say that my friend used to work in a cinema, innit? And I won't say the demographic, but there definitely were people that would come in there and that was their time for the hanky-pankies and that.
Oh, not the hanky-panky.
And if you ever dated like a girl that's like maybe become born again and that,
I would be very careful.
The flesh is still weak. So you still have urges, you still have temptations, but like doing that itself is like such a big deal. But it doesn't mean the person might not be heavy petting, kissing, If this is too much, this is too much adult content.
But what I was going to say is like, telling me that you're a throaters and you're a virgin. I'm sorry. The two, there's a contradiction there. It's actually got to be one or the other.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Do you want to play the clip?
I think you should.
A throaters.
Yeah. Family. So I meet a lot of women and some of them are embarrassed because they're edging on into their 30s or even later than that and they are still a virgin. For myself, I am actually still a virgin. I was promiscuous in my past, but I would do everything but. So I still actually am a virgin, even though I am heading into my 30s soon. So, Prophet Timothy, how does it feel dating someone who has actually never engaged in the act of intercourse?
It's a blessing. It's a blessing. I can honestly say that as someone who is not a virgin, and I never knew, I never thought that I would be graced, to have someone who would be a virgin. Honestly, because I thought that God would cut me out. Such a blessing. I would say that it's an honor to know that that I get to be someone who has never had any other memory in that context apart from the memory that you're going to make with me. For those of you who are virgins, I'm not personally.
Yeah, shut up.
I will say the jokes write themselves. Heading into your 30s, yeah, they write themselves.
I was promiscuous in the past. But, huh?
What's the Cat Slater line?
I wasn't just a little bit of a slag.
I was a total slag.
Yeah. Now, what did she say? They were promiscuous. We could be adding too much Maggie to the season and that, yeah. Because you said throat, isn't it? The person might have done some dry humping. Listen, we've all been.
She said everything but sex.
Damn. He was really listening, isn't it?
No, because I just felt like it was a contradiction. Like,
yeah.
It's, in my opinion anyway, I feel like it's the idea of purity stretches beyond just sex. If someone is like
handy Andy's
doing upside down DJ relentlessly, like no.
Yeah.
Wiki wow.
So does that take away the validity of the virginity?
I'm finished.
Sorry, be serious.
Yeah.
No, because by definition.
Yes. What's the time? It's an hour 48.
Damn.
It's probably about an hour 40 plus on the timer.
I was so close.
Justice for Vans. Look at his face. He's like, you lot doubted me.
Did you just say my God?
My God never sleeps.
Okay.
He's always awake.
Say that word again.
My God knows.
Not you. I can't even remember what I was saying. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
shout out her.
Yeah. It's been a long day, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. What would the podcast be without a few stumbles and mispronunciations?
It's true.
Yeah.
So does that make the virginity less valid?
Sorry. That's between her and her God.
Okay.
I don't even think that we should just solely focus on that. It's more about her doing the utmost PR for him. It's making it seem that her being a virgin is only a blessing for him.
Okay, yeah.
This is what they're saying in the clip. Like, for me, no.
Sounds like that's my idea of help.
This ain't no blessing.
Hey, bring me the badders.
Fam.
He said, bring me the badders.
This Don is standing up here with the sunshine in his eyes and a Nelly plaster on his cheek.
Yeah.
Talking about
that's from where she bit him because she's a virgin. She doesn't know how to interact properly. She bit him.
Oh, yeah, that's her idea of flirting. That is awful.
Yeah.
Stay away from me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, he was just like, oh, yeah, like I never thought that. Like, I'm not a virgin myself, but, having someone that is a virgin is an absolute blessing. Why?
Let's not cap a little bit, though. Like, even though say bring me the badders, the man them do, like, have that as a trophy. Like, their baby ain't really been active a lot or she isn't familiar with a lot of people.
That's one
Stop
thing.
worrying about it. Like, you weren't in the picture.
But okay, we're talking in the context from like a religious standpoint as well. Even though
you man are heathens, bro. I see through you.
But this is why we go to church every Sunday to wash away our sins, bro.
When was the last time you went to church?
It's been a while.
Yeah, okay.
Because I've been delivered. They need to go every week.
Go the hell out.
I passed my exams.
Go the hell out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, people who are religious, like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They can be like, a man of the cloth, like someone that really practices.
They're human beings, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but then there are others who use that to paint something that they're not.
Of course. But I think like sometimes when it comes to Christianity or just religious people in general, you always focus on those the real bad element after the bad pastor stealing money or this person doesn't pray as much as they should do or whatever. Like, these are human beings who are very flawed. The only perfect being is God, innit? If you believe in that. So, like, for me, I like I said, on record, keep the virgin away from me. Like, you know, for my man.
Yeah, like, imagine, like, meeting someone now and then they're telling you that. What are you saying?
What?
I'm gonna have to send that iron up before the summer come back, man. Go learn a few tricks.
Fola, that was. Oh
Is
my
that too
god!
much? Too much information?
Men's business. Go ahead.
This is just
How can you say send?
Come on, man.
It's giving HT vibes.
Go alone, man. Come on. Come on, man. You need to go and play against Accrington Stanley and them, man. Build up some confidence, man.
Do you have the patience today to teach?
Teach what?
Do you have the patience to teach?
Me, no.
If Donnie came and
No,
was
thank
like,
you. No
I
thanks.
want one of those.
Pack that shit up and go. In fact, I'm
You don't
going.
want a virgin man now?
No, thank you.
Mad.
Remember when I said build shells and break backs?
Fair.
Why you added? You never said that before. You just saying build shells. You didn't say break back. Stop adding this stuff.
No,
man.
I actually did.
No,
Okay.
but it's also a thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, you can be great. Like, oh yeah, you know, on paper he's excellent, but
Because imagine you had.
you know what that but is?
Like, I'm sorry. That to me is very, very. You haven't done try before you buy, and it's a dud. So sorry to you. No.
Okay, all I will say, just for the sake of the conversation, like a counterpoint, yeah, isn't there like a beauty possibly in that situation where ideally two people who are very inexperienced and they kind of learning together.
That's
Yeah.
not what this is.
But I'm saying that
Okay.
that's what I would initially want, innit?
Yeah.
If that's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
But for example, right now, that's not the case. Someone is like was Vans saying, would you have a virgin? Would you have a virgin? It's crazy. But that person's inexperienced, you can learn together. Also, they might not be jaded with the like poor performance thing, and like you might be able to get like your infinity stone straight away.
I just think everyone should do what works best for them.
Okay. Basically, move on to the next topic.
Yeah. You know me so well.
What have we been watching, guys?
Guys, I watched a wonderful documentary on Netflix called... We'll get back to that.
Mustn't
was
have been that great.
No, it was so good.
Because you watch it, bro.
No, it was so good.
What?
It's the gin. I'm trying to remember the deepest breath, the breath in the deep. Something about breathing deep down in water. So good. It's about a couple of free divers who tried to break the world record.
The what?
The world record.
Okay.
A couple of them pop down. Like, the story is really interesting. You learn a lot about what happens to the human body under that much pressure.
Right.
So these people are swimming like 200 odd meters down. No breathing equipment.
Probably more.
Or was it 400?
Probably might be feet, 200 feet maybe.
No, maybe not meters. Yeah, sorry, feet. Yeah, definitely not meters. They're diving really, really deep into the ocean. And
the deepest breath, I think it's called.
There we go. And what they say is that when they are careful, when they're like going down in their descent, the pressure from the water is pushing them down. So it's just like gliding, vibing. Ew. But then when they're coming up, remember they've done all of this on one breath. So they're underwater for 4 minutes. But when they're coming back up now, they're having to exert a lot more energy, which means they're using...
Of course, yeah.
And they say that a lot of the fatalities happen within the last 10... can't be meters, feet. Because what happens is when you've held your breath for that long, the brain goes into survival mode and just shuts itself off. So you're not brain dead or anything. The brain's just like, eat, girl, we gotta go. Turns everything off. So sometimes these people, but that usually happens underwater. They have safety divers with them. But the interesting thing is that they can't give them, because you would just think, why wouldn't they have a scuba diver there that can give them the oxygen underwater? But because their lungs compress so much to literally the size of a fist, if they were to give them oxygen underwater without the pressure balancing in their lungs, it'll just pop and they'll die. So you just learn about how these people are. What it did make me think is that it's the human body is amazing, or humans are amazing, because you have people that are pushed to extraordinary feats just based off, I really want to do this. And it's not like they've been born with, like, some of it is conditioning as well, but it's not like they've been born with this superhuman power. They've just said, right, this is something that I want to learn how to do. Holding your breath for 4 minutes. It can never be me. But that is the deepest breath on Netflix. And then I watched Tom Cruise. No, Mission Impossible. That was really good.
You know what? That's not even a brazen mistake, because Tom Cruise
I watched Tom Cruise.
At this point,
such an op.
Call the film Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I watched Tom Cruise. It was wonderful. He's just so good at doing stuff.
Stunts.
Yeah. He's just so believable. Go him.
I feel like with the writer's strike and everything that's going, like, if you got a gig over there, you don't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
You need to put your whole elbow into it, like, really do what you need to do.
And it's a franchise as well. Mission Impossible has been going on since the 90s. And to see him still doing what he's doing, playing Ethan Hunt, and still doing a lot of his own stunts at however old he is.
72.
I remember during peak COVID, a clip went viral of him shouting at like showrunners and people on set because they weren't following the protocols with wearing masks and just like space and stuff. So he looks, from what you're saying as well, and just from hearing that, he takes it very, very seriously.
Yeah.
So
Tom Cruise has that reputation though. Like on set, he's like very much locked in.
Okay.
So good.
So yeah, I mean, Mission Impossible has been like one of the great action movie franchises, like, you know, that's gone across generations.
Yeah, if he's starting from the 90s and where we're at now, 2023.
It's incredible.
Alongside Top Gun. I think Top Gun Maverick came out last year.
That's good.
That was another cold one of Tom Cruise. So
He had this one scene where he drove a motorcycle off, I can't even say a cliff, it looked like a mountain. And I saw some behind the scenes footage of that them shooting that scene. And the way this, like, the fearlessness, he's launching himself and this motorcycle off the edge of this cliff or whatever 7-8 times, and he's just like, oh, it could be better, let's go again. And that really shows in the movie, like, the dedication to the stunt work, etc.
His insurance must be crazy.
when he's at 61.
Chrissy went too far.
Close enough, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that Tom Cruise is always going to do is run.
That's
his bag.
Posture, fantastic.
Listen, at this point, you've got to keep up with the brand, isn't it? If that's what you've been doing,
That's a
keep it going, isn't it?
Maybe there's something to this Scientology stuff.
No, I don't want to find out. I'm good. I'm good.
Don't try it.
I was watching, whilst we're on the topic of shows, they're watching They Cloned Tyrone.
Okay. Jamie Foxx,
John Boyega. My man, Little Murder from P Valley.
Yes, he's in that as well, yeah.
Some other noticeable faces, I'm probably forgetting their names in there as well. My man from 24.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh
my God, yes.
He's in there as well. So basically,
24's
big show.
Never seen it.
It just basically follows these. So you've got a pimp, a sex worker, a drug dealer. They walk into a bar. Like it's following those three. So Jamie Foxx's character is a pimp. I've forgotten the lady's name, but she's a sex worker. And John Boyega is a drug dealer. And he shows up basically to Jamie Foxx's house to collect some money, drugs, whatever.
I was going to say, don't spoil it, but go ahead.
Okay.
I saw the beginning and like it just seemed like things restarted.
Like what's going on?
So basically, They Cloned Tyrone is essentially about a small town where they're cloning people, basically. And it follows the story of how that goes about and how they find out about people being cloned.
Because he got...
Yeah, because he gets shot, but the next day he shows back up at Jamie Foxx's house, and my man's like, I just saw you get peppered up. Like, how
I
you
killed
here?
you.
And then he's like, he doesn't believe me. He's like, yo.
Oh, then he brings the hoe.
I didn't want to use the word you use it. Thank you. Women empowerment. He brings a Jezebel. He brings her. And she's like, no. And then obviously, you know, man, we listen to women. He's convinced that, okay, cool. And now he goes digging into like where the house, and he sees his familiar car, and his curiosity leads him to go, into this like
Just killing the cat.
into this elevator behind this like false wall in the house to actually find out where this thing is. And it's so it's I wouldn't say it's interesting, but it's like it's hilarious the points they use of how like they will manage to clone people. So the juice at church, the hair products that black women use in the salon,
they were
fried chicken.
Oh, I do remember that because they were all laughing.
They
in the
all
shop.
laugh, and that's when at one point they clock. Wait, hold on. Why is? And he's like, it's the chicken. It's the chicken. So I think it's cold. I see like similarities with Get Out. So if you remember in Get Out where the flashlight, and my man's nose starts bleeding, and he remembers himself for a split second, where he kind of comes out of character.
The sunken place.
Yeah. In They Cloned Tyrone, they say Olympia Black.
Right.
And that's how you can kind of snap them out of the clone experience, innit? So, yeah, literally. So I think it was good. It's had mixed reviews for some people. I think it essentially is, the themes are like assimilation, annihilation. It's like looking at like how you deal with this racist world.
What was the performance saying?
From in general, or
Boyega?
I think it was decent.
Yeah,
I think it was decent. The accent was slightly shaky at the start.
Is it Idris Elba in this one, or did I make it up?
You made it up.
Wow.
You asked the question, the man answered the question.
Fuck.
Appropriately.
If you're looking for
empathy,
oh my God.
If you're looking for empathy, look away.
Oh my God.
To what she said,
Wow.
She said, am I making it up?
Yeah,
and I told her,
you couldn't wait to prove a black woman wrong. I hate that for you.
You see? That's how you add
Look at the angle.
Spice, that's a crazy angle. That's a crazy angle,
had that one on
man.
deck.
That's a hoax.
You had that one on deck.
Yeah? Any more fighting over there? Everyone good?
I'm good.
But yeah, I think Boyega's
But it was shaky at the beginning, yeah.
No, the accent was just a little shaky, a little shaky. But I think it was a decent performance. It gave like, those blaxploitation films, it gave that kind of feel a little bit. I like Jamie Foxx's character. I think he was leaning into the pimp character all the way. Almost to a point where it was a little bit of satire, a little bit.
Right.
I don't know if some people read that or got that impression. That's what I received when, like,
And he
he's
was
got the
able to
leather
get his
jacket on
jokes
with the
off.
rings.
Yeah, I think
and
I
the
remember a
afro,
few
and, like,
funny lines.
He's really leaning into it. Like, so if you didn't view it from that standpoint, you might feel like he didn't get it right. But I felt like he was over egging it to really prove the pinpoint, innit?
Okay.
Shout out to Jamie Foxx as well, man, for
yeah, and I just it is what it is. I don't know.
That's available on Netflix, yeah?
It's on Netflix.
They Cloned Tyrone.
They Cloned Tyrone. I don't know what his illness was or what the issue was, but as long
We
as
don't need
he's
to know.
happy and he's healthy,
Yeah.
Yeah, something about he suffered a stroke or something like
possibly. They're saying LeBron James's son had a cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
games. That was when I read that, I was like, sure, this is fake news. Because of course, when I see that type of illness or incident, like, I assume it's someone really unhealthy, older. Bro, I'm watching TV.
The human body's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You see Shaq Hislop fainting on live television.
Yeah. Yeah,
So, like,
I
it
did
can
hear
happen,
about that.
like-
I did hear about that. And like, there's been a few instances where pro ballers have had those type of issues on the pitch. Like
True. True.
Christian Eriksen,
Yeah.
Fabrice Mwamba,
Yeah, it's true.
who else? Mark Vivian Foe, like he died on the pitch. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was sad, yeah.
The guy that played for Newcastle, he collapsed at training and passed away. Tiote, I think it was.
Tiote, yeah.
Yeah. And there's been like even stuff that I've heard of from people that I know that they've known, people that have died on the football pitch just from playing.
Yeah. Human bodies is mad. So
Crazy.
Prayers out to Bronny. And anyone else that's suffering from those kind of instances, man, especially like when you're out on the field,
doing what you love,
doing what you love and doing what, people are come out to see you doing. And, those kind of things are happening. It's unfortunate, man. But it was good to see Jamie Foxx back on his feet, being able to get back and do what he does, and, right in time for They Cloned Tyrone to be out.
Yeah, you get all that
as
love
well.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, man, I've been watching Hijacked
Okay.
with Idris Elba on Apple TV.
Why are you pushing on your face like that, Chrissy?
His American accent is so smelly.
He's British in this one.
Oh, thank God. Might give it a watch.
Really good. I put it off for a while because I just thought, it's just another one of those like
Vans is good, isn't it?
things. But it's really good. It's really good.
How many episodes are you in now?
So I'm up to date, 5 episodes in.
I think
it comes out every Wednesday.
Yeah, because I ain't got Apple TV. I was just at my shouts out to 5 Stick Crew. I was with my sister and that, and they just had to just load up all the episodes and watch them back to back.
Yeah, so it comes out every Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to the next episode. Is basically like they're just on this plane for the entire show at this point. And this particular aircraft has been held hostage, and Idris is on the flight, but we don't know why they're hijacking. We don't know what's going on. We don't know who's hired them, but it's just like these men are dangerous, and we have to complete this mission. Idris, like any other civilian, just wants to get home. Innit?
Like, he isn't a civilian though.
He's like this big negotiator for the government, apparently.
Yeah.
So he's trying to kind of like use his skills to try and get these guys to not like, do anything crazy on this flight. But obviously when you hijack a plane, there's a range of emotions that are and you like everyone becomes unpredictable at this point. You don't know what this next person's going to do.
Seasoned hijacker.
Just trying to imagine the scenario, bro.
I love
Not
Chrissy,
too much on Vans.
It doesn't even sound believable when you say it.
Okay.
Can you let me and Vans have our...
Hello? I tried.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. I appreciate
What you say? Mark that one down.
Yeah,
as an attempt.
I appreciate you.
I tried so hard.
I love our friendly fire, man. It's all love.
But it's a good one. There's a lot of twists and turns. I want to see what happens next.
I like how they're putting off the why, by the way. Like why they're hijacking.
Why they're hijacking.
I thought you meant they're like, why? Sorry.
Okay.
Don't ever do that again.
And like all the side stories, how it's connected into one. Like why has this person's family had to go through this? Like, and how is it tying into like this hijacking plot?
I'm suspicious of Idris's baby mum. I'm suspicious of her boyfriend. He's giving me suspicious vibes.
Do you think that he's in on it?
Yeah, I think he's in on it. He's giving me suspicious vibes.
I actually feel the opposite. Like he's just a police officer that just happens to be dating Donnie's ex-wife. And this is his kind of way of like flying up the ranks, because like this accidentally fell in his lap, because Idris, his character, is like a quick thinker. Like he's managed to be the only source of like real communication to confirm that this is an actual hijacking plot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he made the text, like he was texting as he was boarding the flight when things were popping off on the flight. And then when he was helping one of the hijackers, and he managed to leave a voicemail to his ex-wife. But now because he's caused so much issues on that flight already, they've taken a picture and sent it to the people that they're working for to investigate Donnie. So now they've sent Donnie's to Idris's flat whilst his son is in there. Mm. That's where I've left it.
Goodness.
Okay, yeah.
But really good show.
I'm suspicious of his ex-wife's boyfriend. I'm suspicious. I don't trust him.
He loves a black woman, boy, that Max Beasley.
Okay. Shout out to them, man.
Yeah, shout out black women.
Thank you, Chrissy.
You're welcome.
Any new music you've been enjoying before we go? You gave some recommendations earlier. Do you want to remind the people?
Yeah, listen back. You'll find them.
That's not how this works, yeah?
Oh my gosh, I have to go back into my Spotify all over again. Do you know what I have been listening to a lot? Rema.
Okay.
Shouts Rema.
Just in general. See body, oh yeah. See body. Nobody? Mm-hmm.
Great vocals.
Let me try and find.
Whilst you're looking,
oh no, okay.
I was trying to buy you
UFO,
time.
excuse me, by Olivia Dean. What else is in there? Monkey by Trinidad Cardona and some other people. What else is on here? There is some. How do you pronounce her name? Ira.
Ira Star?
Yeah, her. That's quite a lot. Stability, I've been really playing that one back to back.
Good choice.
Flip a Switch by Ray.
You like that one, innit?
Yeah, it's really good. And then quite a lot of
country and western.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah, so much.
What do you think of the Taliban's remix with Burna Man?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
It was okay.
Are you out there buying? Are you ready to buy a Birkin for Jada Kingdom as well, or if the funds provide?
Yeah. If, you like it, I love it.
No, he said, are you?
For Jada Kingdom.
Yeah, specifically.
If I was with her, yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. I understand you, Burner.
Yeah.
Fling that on the verse as well.
Yeah.
My kind of guy.
Steph London's probably spinning somewhere.
She's vomiting out of her ears.
I love the narrative. She might not even care, but it's good narrative, isn't it?
She cares.
Okay, cool. No, you know what it is? I like the songs getting more life. It's because sometimes when like a song's so big so quickly, everyone's like, oh, it's rinsed so much, don't rinse it so much. But like anytime I've been out, it still rings off, and then you go and get one of the biggest artists in the world.
Give it a new.
And then someone that is clearly inspired by your side of the world and looks like he's having a whale of a time over there. Like, my man's linked Sizzler, he's touching down in the community, he's at the shubs and that. They're getting free live PAs from him. Like, man walked through the club, reference to Burna Boy. I think we're just going to go and hang out and have a good time. The DJ basically like, no, you can't be in there and not bless the people. Man, I got a free live PA from him real quickly. So.
Hey, man, like, at this point in your career when you're still actively performing on like the biggest stages, but then like, you go to like small little places and just grab the mic and you're having fun, man. Like, I think he's at this point of his career where he's just having crazy fun.
Good
Yeah.
for him.
I mean, me personally, I'm kind of bored of the song.
But you're bad vibes though, man.
I am.
Horrific vibes.
It put me off even further when I saw him like performing at Wireless. And it was just awful.
He's a new artist, though, isn't it?
He is.
Yeah, so
but
new. I don't know. It's new to me anyway. Like Taliban's is my introduction to
I
my.
thought you were saying Burna's a new artist.
No,
not Burna.
You cats.
And the song's so big, you don't even have to. I can imagine you being in even if you want to give a good performance, they're singing it word for word so loud.
It's a great song.
You can't even hear yourself.
Yeah, it's a great song though. I can't lie. So
yeah.
If I had any guesses, a remix would have been pending.
Yeah.
But whether he got someone else on there, I just knew that the song was so big that they were gonna try to extend it further by having someone else jump on it as well.
Yeah, my suspicion, I think there might be another remix or two, or other versions.
Possibly.
I would like to see him and Burn actually do something separate from this.
Yeah, because not only is it like popular amongst like the consumer, amongst their peers as well. Like a lot of people fuck with the song.
Yeah, it's cool.
So, but yeah, there's been a bit of music that's been out. I don't think we spoke about Music Too Tough last week.
No, not Too Tough.
Scoreboard, what I played earlier at the start, Fredo and Tiggs the Author. Video, gone out to Barbados, where Fredo's half from. And yeah, I thought, you know what? He's obviously prepping a project because that's the third single.
Yes.
Or maybe fourth because he dropped I'm Back, Dave Flow, the 50 inspired one.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
Everybody Knows is what it's called. And then you've got this one. So he's definitely got something coming out, and he shot a video for all of them. So,
Yeah.
But he said it, obviously, we got what was the last project? Was it Independence Day? Am I bugging? I think it might have been Independence. That was because we got in 2021, we got two projects in me from him.
Yeah, we got Independence Day and Money Can't Buy Happiness. Money Can't Buy Happiness was more like geared towards the commercial side.
Yeah.
When he had like people like Summer Walker on there. He had a single with Summer Walker on there. He had Money Talks with Dave. He had a song with Pop Smoke and Young Ads as well on that. So
I think it's so dope that like Summer Walker being a reference of like the more mainstream stuff is a reference point.
It's just the type of songs that he was putting out.
Yeah, and I'm just saying like that's cold. That like
yeah,
that's mainstream.
Yeah.
So
Who else dropped? Snow Allegra dropped. Be My Summer, a nice single.
I heard it. Was it good?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Beautiful, beautiful song. I think she was going on strike a little bit. There was some sort of issue with either the label or she was beefing some of the streaming sites.
Sounds about right.
So she said that she wasn't going to drop until that was resolved. So I presume that this is the case now. Travis Scott, rumored to be dropping his album this week. He dropped a single called K-Pop featuring Bad Bunny and The Weeknd. So really big features.
What do you think of...
it was cool.
Sorry, I was interrupting you. Stormzy Ray.
Stormzy dropped with Ray. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked the video as well. Obviously taking a couple references from like, you know, videos of the past or paying homage or whatever. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
I saw someone saying that like Ray was giving them Amy Winehouse vibes at the start a little bit.
At the beginning, you know, the style of how she was singing, it gave Amy Winehouse-ish vibe. But that's not my focus on the song. Like, it's literally the first 10 seconds of the song.
Yeah, it was just passing commentary. I was just like, we would like to talk about music and give our thoughts and opinions, but sometimes I see stuff and I feel like that's a reach. But
yeah, I mean, like, I don't think it's something to really like
hone in on.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, because people have a certain style that might have been coined famously by a particular artist.
Of course, yeah.
You know, there are going to be artists or singers that sing the same way.
So the style like, exists, you know, outside that one particular person.
Man. Yeah. So I wasn't too shocked, like at you know, the approach at the beginning, and then it changes and she sings in the way that you know her to sing. But yeah, man, you know, Stormzy's prepping his mixtape as well.
Yeah.
So he's putting out music.
So you're saying it's going to be a take, do you think?
Yeah, probably. I don't think it's going to be out
so soon after the most recent album.
Yeah, I think he's going to just have a little tape that he's going to throw out there.
Considering like the songs you've got, Longevity, Flow, Toxic Trait.
Yeah, they're all like short songs, like, you know,
and usually
in comparison to like a fully fledged, it doesn't have the album feel, even though he's shooting videos, but it just doesn't have.
And the type of video, like Longevity, Flow was, you know, the man them, you know, just flexing a little bit.
So like every 2 weeks he's been